Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Fabric, HelloFresh, Indeed, and electric e-bikes. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast with Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
All right.
This is a nighttime taping.
This is as late as we've ever taped a podcast.
Yeah. I might like it.
Now we're going to start doing it all the time?
I don't know.
We'll see how the energy is.
1 o'clock comes quick for a comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Does it not?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, it's come quick for me.
Yeah.
For a long
Get
time.
up, it's upon you. It's just like that.
Yeah.
I wake up at like 7 a.m. every day.
You do?
Yeah.
Were you like that before
Even
the kid?
Not that early, but yeah. I mean, with the kid, my daughter now just wakes up and I'm the go-to guy.
Yeah. Do you ever wake up and like expect the sun to not be there?
Well, one day.
Yeah.
One day I do think that I'll wake up
The
and
other
it
day.
won't be there.
Do you keep an eye on it? Do you think you wake up and just a little, make sure you see it? And
Well,
then-
I do like to look, yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll be like, those clouds don't seem real, and I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on up
Yeah.
there.
I like that, to do a little wake up, make sure everything's
Mhm.
Just a quick peek
just
outside.
a quick peek
Yeah.
outside,
Yeah.
make sure the sun's right, and then be like, all right. And then
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
start your day.
When I was in school, I feel like they would have us look at the clouds, and it would be like cumulus clouds and cirrus clouds. And,
Circumnimbus, is that
yeah,
one? Something
maybe
like that?
there was a different one, but I don't remember a lot of the clouds that I see today. There's
Mm-hmm.
just a weird kind of
Well,
cloud
it's-
out there.
Now it's chemtrails.
Well, maybe. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is. You said it, not me, but I'm.
Yeah.
You ever think it's weird that the sun goes down in the west and then you're looking to the west
And
and
where
it
does it go?
pops up from the
Yeah.
east?
Yeah,
That's what
crazy.
I mean. It's
It is
crazy.
wild.
Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
You got a pretty aggressive hat on today. Aaron Weber.
Yeah, what is that?
This is the Indianapolis Clowns.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a minor league team.
It was a Negro League team.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think Nashville had a team, the Clowns, as well.
The Nashville Stars.
Yeah, I think they had the Stars because that's what, when we get a major league team, that's what
Right.
they're going to be called, right?
Yeah. How were those games growing up?
I
What do
did
you
not
got there? Do you think Shoeless Joe Jackson did it?
I was there.
Yeah. Does anybody, Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Do you-
I know the
oh.
name, but I think it's from
It was a big,
You'll
a
know it.
movie
Oscar
came
movie.
out though when we were a kid.
You'll know it
Yeah.
from Field of Dreams.
Field
Yeah.
of Dreams. Yeah.
Eight
Yeah.
men out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 Men Out.
Isn't Ray Liotta Shoeless Joe Jackson?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Field
Yeah.
of Dreams, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
Not
I
in-
know, not in real life.
Well, we just mentioned another movie
Okay.
Yeah.
about Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Black Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did we're doing this one tonight. I just got back from the American Century Championship.
I watched the entire thing.
Did you?
I really did.
Did I get seen on? Did they show us?
I saw you one time. I recorded, and then every night I would fast forward just looking for
Yeah.
you. The only time I saw you was during the closest to the pin contest. They didn't show your shot, but you were there in the group. You were sitting in a director's chair,
Yeah.
and then group photo I saw you in.
They didn't show my shot.
Mm-mm.
I came in third place.
Yeah. You got to make a hole in one to make
I was
it on
23 feet away. It wasn't that
You know,
bad.
the funny thing, you posted the day before because they didn't show it till Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was Saturday, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you posted it, and I was reading them to Ruth. She didn't care, but I was reading them, and I was like, Riberio, is that how you say his name?
Alfonso.
Alfonso, and
Ribeiro.
it said 5'8", and I told her that's a joke because he's so short that he
Yeah.
listed his height. And then I'm watching it the next day, and that was real.
Oh yeah, he got it real close. I mean, so this whole thing,
You understand any of that? Dusty?
No,
No.
that last part I didn't understand at all.
they do a hole in one challenge. So whoever gets closest to the pin wins. So there's a
Okay.
pin, and you got to.
And Carlton from Fresh Prince, he got his height away from the hole.
Oh,
5'8".
okay.
It was a funny coincidence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the
This
object
is
is to
where
get the ball in the
Steph
hole.
Curry got the hole in one
Yes.
on this contest.
Yeah. On this golf tournament.
Okay.
So this golf tournament, one of the funnest times of my life. It was the best.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The whole thing is, I think if more look Tahoe, like I get like if you're down here in the, if you live in the South, or it's like Tahoe's not an easy place or a place that we think about going. But man, what an event to go to. I mean, I was not prepared for what it was. We got in, and right when I got in, we kind of like, I had to go. I played in 2 pro-ams at that course, and fans are allowed to walk around those pro-ams. So you got 2 days of the pro-am, then 3 days of the actual tournament. And I mean, right when you get there, I mean, you're just like kind of mobbed, and everybody's like, hey, you're signing autographs, you're taking pictures. It's a pretty overwhelming kind of thing, especially not expecting it. But it's also done very, very nice. I mean, everybody's so nice. The fans are so wonderful, and they're walking around, and you take pictures, and you meet a lot of people. And I met the largest in that picture. I didn't meet my buddy Kellen. He came, and I haven't seen him. Kellen, I did a polar plunge, and the guy in the right behind him in the red shirt, I met him too. That guy hung out and kind of followed us around for like 2 days. That guy was a great guy. He's a big fan of the podcast.
It does look like me on the.
Yeah,
I think that's Aaron.
And I made a video for him because his wife was watching the kids, and so he could come back one more day.
That's nice.
But Kellen here is the best. So that was the last time I've seen Kellen. We did a polar plunge together, and Kellen had been doing them that whole day. He's unreal. I mean,
wow.
And it was the funniest thing because when we did the polar plunge, we were I came out, and they were like, you could go to the middle to jump in or go to the left. And they go, don't go to the left. And Kellen goes, well, that's where I go. And Kellen just went to the left. And then we jumped in. I immediately tried to get out as fast as I can. And then he was in there a little longer than me, and then got out. And so, I mean, just a wonderful, wonderful surprise that I did not expect to see him there. And I got to see him. And he walked around me one of the days. And I mean, he's the best. And
Kellen has not changed a bit. You, on the other hand,
I have changed. Yeah. But
where was the polar bear plunge? And where was
Minneapolis? This was a few years ago when I did it with Kellen.
And then where
that
were
was
you at
that was in Minneapolis, and then Utah. Lake Tahoe.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. That is
But so
something.
like, I mean, you're just walk around like, you know, you have the groups following you, and you're playing, and it's a stable for my goal was I wanted to beat all the comedians. And I did, but I mean, it's not.
All
It's
right.
like
you got to celebrate that.
got to celebrate that.
Yeah.
Ray Romano, Rob Riggle, Colin
right.
Jost, Cable Guy.
Nice.
you beat a lot of athletes, though.
Yeah,
I think you finished tied for 53rd.
I think so.
But
Out of
good.
how many people?
54.
Yeah.
That's my mom joke. She made that joke too. But it was out of 90 something maybe or something
maybe.
like that.
All right.
I was kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I did not play good the first day. You're kind of nervous.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect. I was nervous, and then the last 2 days I played better. You cannot double bogey. That's the big key, because you lose -2 points if you double bogey. So being in the positive. Once I looked at the scoring, and you go out there, you realize finishing in positives. Like, so you get 10 points for a double eagle, 8 points for a hole-in-one, which Steph Curry got a hole-in-one. I think for a hole-in-one, an eagle's is maybe 6 points, a birdie's 3 points, a par is 1 point, a bogey's 0 points. Double bogey, -2 points.
That mean you
Okay.
do that 2 times in a row? A double bogey? I don't.
Oh yeah, so if you
I played a little golf on the arcade here and
Yeah.
there. I've seen eagle and bogey.
No,
and things
double bogey
before.
would be on a one hole. Like, so if it's if it's a par 4, a bogey took you 5 shots, and a double bogey is 6 shots.
Yeah.
Triple 7, triple, but they don't. And it go on and on.
If you're triple and quadruple, and you're probably not even on the tour.
Well, that's why they only let you put. They stop it at 2 points. So like, if you got a double bogey before you're even to the green, like you've hit in the water and all this stuff, you just pick your ball up, and you're just kind of like, all right, just
Yeah, they're
-2
like,
points.
we don't have all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, they tell when they first started doing this tour, they would do the real score, But I mean, it's like embarrassing because like guys are shooting 112, and then you're like, well, I don't, if they're like, it's some guy that was a right fielder for the Phillies just out there, and you're like, hey, he shot 140 today. How do you feel? And he's like, I don't know if I want that.
Oh, yeah.
So they did it the stable before and moved it along a lot quicker. But you got to put everything in and out. I think I shot an 88 first day, 82 second day, 85 third day. A lot of doubles, and that's where I messed up. But I mean, what an event to go to. If you're, with kids, a lot of kids, you can get autographs. They all, obviously they go after the athletes mainly.
Last night at Zany's, a regular at the club who's become a buddy of mine, listens to the podcast. He handed me, I left it in the car. I wish I'd have brought it in. He handed me the betting slip from he bet on you to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the odds at the time that he bought it were like 250,000 to 1.
Yeah.
It would have been a good payoff for him.
It'd been good. I bet on myself. You could do it at the casino, and it was 20. I think it was 250. It was like $20 to win, like 2,500 or something, or it was something. I don't remember. But they don't do it. But I mean, you're there with just like all these crazy celebrities. Like I met John Elway, talked to him for quite a while.
That's awesome.
He's the best, and not what you would expect. Really, not what you would expect.
I expect him to be kind of braggadocious, but just a big cocky guy,
like stoic too. Yeah. Like very kind of. He's like a fun guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
nice.
A super fun guy. It's not. It's honestly, I kind of expected like, a little like, hey, how you doing? Like proper stoic. Like it's a hard handshake.
Like
it's
a
like
senator.
Yeah. And it's just a good time.
Oh,
John Elway's a good time.
That
like you could see if you're Peyton Manning and you go meet him, you're like, this is my guy.
Yeah,
this guy's awesome.
That's a party.
Like it's a party.
Yeah.
And it's a fun time. And obviously he's John Elway.
Yeah.
Met Steve Young. Got a picture with John Elway and Steve Young.
Oh wow.
All right.
Steve Young found out he's coming to the Salt Lake City show. It's
that's
fun.
Great.
They all like everybody's just, so nice. And Baker Mayfield hung out with him.
Jim McMahon.
I love Baker
Jim
Mayfield.
McMahon.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim McMahon's a fun time too.
I don't think I know Jim
Charles
McMahon.
Barkley was
the Bears quarterback.
I saw Charles.
Like
Charles, very nice.
You met him and talked to him for a bit?
I met him and I said I introduced myself or whatever. I didn't expect him. He was like, I know you, and then that was it. They did, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, it was because you were there. You're like, I don't expect anybody to know.
Sure,
as a comic.
Yeah, Jim McMahon was out there barefoot. Dusty, you like him?
Oh yeah, I do like that.
The kicker who kicked barefoot?
No, Jim McMahon's won the 85 Super
quarterback
Bowl
for the Bears,
in 85.
Okay. Probably a lot of pesticides out there on the golf course though. Probably not good for your feet. But
I think his feet have been through it. I think they've seen his day.
Yeah, probably so.
Could if Steph Curry devoted instead of playing basketball, if he just tried to be a professional golfer, could he?
I don't know. I mean, he would have to really. Like everybody saw what happened, like in all this stuff, and like how good he is, and he's unreal. And like Marty Fish, the tennis player, and like these guys are unreal. But man, when you go play with these pros, it's because Steph Curry played an event, and like he did good one day. But I mean, to do it for 4 days, and like you can have a round where you go. But I mean, dude, the pros are.
There's still a noticeable difference. It's just
they don't make a mistake at all. Like I watched the last because I got done early. And so I was in the hotel room and I just watched like the end of the round when they were playing. I mean, on one of the holes, it's like Steph went off in the woods. They all kind of went off the woods. Like, and they get back and kind of, can bogey it and whatever. And they're shooting 67, like he shot like 400 one day and like even, and an unbelievable golfer. But that course is not it's altitude, not the longest. So these guys can bomb it far. And it's not taking anything away from him, but the difference of him and a pro is it's pretty crazy. Yeah. It would be like a good, someone becoming Steph Curry, Dustin Johnson, I think could have played basketball like in college. And you're being like, well, could he have been Steph Curry? Like, I mean, no, but he can go be Steph Curry in golf and like, he can do that. But I mean, the real golfers are, it's another world, dude. These dudes, they bomb it and they bomb it straight, and it just never goes off. And if they would have been on where they were, like in this altitude and where these tees were, I mean, they would have drove a lot of greens. They'd have went for them. They would have got way ahead.
Speaking of long drives, what is this video that I got here, Brian?
Well, this is, I believe, it's someone you lost a bet to, Nate, that you have to mention.
Oh, Eli.
Yeah.
Right? Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Eli who?
This is their pro-am. I don't know his last name, but Eli, he's going to go play golf. I mean, this is the difference. He's playing, I think he might be going to college to play golf. Maybe he's high school. And so we're playing, and then he told me if he can outdrive me, I will mention him on the podcast. Pretty easily he did that. I then proceeded.
That's Nate.
Yeah.
Did you hit yours good?
Here's how I was hitting my driver so bad that I did not use driver during the tournament.
Oh wow.
So this was the pro-am. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I used 3-wood the whole time.
Wow.
Did not use driver. So Eli gave me another chance with this 3-wood. I was bombing this 3-wood, Eli. So then we let Eli go.
Is that his dad there?
Yeah.
Well,
no, I
maybe
don't
his
think his
dad's
dad. I
filming.
think that his dad's filming,
Yeah.
and then we mentioned it. You can fast forward a little bit. Like it's Eli crushes it. I mean, because Eli's going to go play for real, and he just bombs it right over the thing with all that pressure. You know, he hasn't swung a club.
A great swing.
Yeah, it's just immediately was better than mine.
Yeah.
And,
Sounded
like,
better.
And but that's the difference. That's just a kid that's going to go play in college.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry's very, very good, but this is their life.
Well, who won the whole thing?
Steph Curry.
Oh, okay.
He had an eagle the last
Yeah.
hole to win
There
it.
was a weird situation. If you go watch it, Marty Fish, tennis player, was up, and on 18, right when he swung, someone yelled in his backswing, and it was on purpose, and it was yelled because it was yelled perfectly.
Del Curry.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
And then, but it was someone in the crowd, and they yelled, and then Marty Fish's ball went way right, and then so he had to punch out and all this stuff and just make par, and then Steph Curry made a eagle, and he won.
So you don't get a redo if somebody yells out at the golf course?
No, because I mean it's real rules and stuff. They have rules officials and all that stuff.
They kick you out if you're caught doing that, right?
Yeah, but I mean it's just kind of crazy because it's like Marty Fish is on a good roll. He's up. It's a par 5 that, like, if he birdies, he wins automatically. Not saying he would have birdied it, but that's a big deal. It's a crazy deal. He had to punch out and then have a long. He had a tough par to make going
Sounds
in.
rigged to me.
Well, I mean that. Yeah, I mean I don't think no one rigged, but it's like you get a lot of Steph Curry fans out there,
Yeah.
and so they don't want Steph Curry to lose. And it's crazy that Steph even won, but it's you know, it's a weird thing. But the event is super fun, very, very kid friendly. You know, kids signing autographs or you sign a lot of kids' autographs, a lot of like the celebrities are all cool. I mean, the ones, you know, I met, they were awesome, and it's I highly recommend if you're either want to go to it or if you're around that area when that comes, that's a great event to go to. A fun, you know, if you want to meet some players, it's easy. It's pretty easy access to meet everybody. I don't know about Steph, and you're gonna have to go. I think you would meet them, but it's going to be a lot harder to meet, like, you know, the Steph Currys or the Mahomes, because I think the crowds are pretty big around them.
Yeah.
But
What about Kevin from The Office?
I golfed with him 2
Yeah?
days.
How's he?
Awesome. Brian Baumgartner.
Yeah.
He's great. I had him and Cable Guy, and then I had him and Rob Riggle, which was super fun. And then last day I had Hallie Ledbetter. She's very funny, and she does a lot of golf videos and stuff. And I did a video with her once, and then she does stuff on Golf Pass. And then Colin Jost, who I've known Colin for a while, but we've never really got to walk and hang out. And so that was pretty cool. When you play that 17, I mean, it's like music playing. It's a lot of people out there. It's a real turn. I mean,
It was fun to watch.
yeah. it is fun to watch, and I think people like watching like what it would look like if they golfed out there.
Yeah.
Because you're
I know Ray Romano's a good golfer, but he putted pretty far off the green. Like he was out there in the fairway and putted. It was a great putt,
yeah.
but I'm like, that's my kind of guy right there.
Yeah. Well, Ray played really good. Ray was as the comics beating the comics. I was like, I got nervous because he was at 0. Then he had 1 point. He might have finished at 1 point. But Ray seemed to play pretty good, and it's and then you got like if I wouldn't have had double bogeys, which is a big wish list to not have those, I would have had 30 points, but double bogeys I got to get rid of those before next year. But what a great event, and it's super fun, and yeah, and if you want to meet celebrities like me you can walk right up to me. There's a lot of us. You can come up pretty quick, close. But I think you can get close there. But if you go sit somewhere, you're gonna get close to everybody, and it's Vince Carter. It's like it's all these.
That's awesome.
Like it's like your people that you're around. Charles Woodson was there.
Mr. Peterman.
Mr. Peterman. I talked to him.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a whole circuit of the people that do these events. Larry Fitzgerald said me and Larry had a side bet as well. I did lose to Larry Fitzgerald this time. I don't know if I talked about it last time. Last time I won our side bet at Pebble Beach, but Larry pretty easily handled me this time, and I landed with a text of a guy just going from Larry Fitzgerald, just being like, hey, where's the money? And I was like, all right.
That's cool.
So, yeah, awesome time, man. A really good time.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I had a little bit different experience. I played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time.
Yeah.
At Zany's.
That's about as opposite of a Pro-Am weekend as you can
Yeah,
get.
pretty much. I'd never played. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing.
What was your character? What did they give you?
I was a wizard.
That's
Okay.
about right.
Yeah.
I was a wizard. Then they give you little characteristics.
Yeah.
For a wizard, I had very little wisdom. So, I didn't
Were you a human?
Yeah, I was a human wizard.
Okay.
Yeah, but I still don't really know what was going on. But
Did you win?
I had a fun time. I don't even know who wins. I asked at the end. I'm like, who wins? And they're like, we all do for playing. So,
Yeah. Does anybody win in Dungeons and Dragons?
I would think there has to be a winner, or there's not really a game.
I mean, he would give you different scenarios, and then he being the dungeon master,
Yeah.
and then he's like, you guys succeeded. You did it. You know what I mean? And then we'd have a new scenario.
You think they don't have like a clear winner just because in life none of them are winning? All right, sorry. I don't look. I have nothing at Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not the joke.
This is a comedy
The
cataclysm.
joke was there.
Show at
so
Zany's.
what
Yeah,
am I
of course.
What am I going to do?
I think
Yeah.
what you're
I mean,
doing
yeah.
for the live show, these Dungeons and Dragons games can go on for hours and hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's days and days.
Yeah,
So this is like a very condensed
Yes.
form of it.
yeah.
Hour and a half for a live show.
Yeah.
What makes it, and I'm not even making a joke here, what makes it, like a live show? I mean, I know you're doing it live, but like you wouldn't do like live Monopoly.
I don't know why
You
people
know?
enjoy watch it, but it's a little bit like Price is Right. People yell stuff out, I don't know if it was for you, but suggestions and stuff like that from the audience.
It's a lot of the people in the crowd are passionate about Dungeons and Dragons. They play it a lot. So they like the idea of, I don't know if it was the same way for you as it was for me, but I said, I've never played before, so y'all help me, and they're helping me. And it's, to me, it kind of felt like just a giant improv game
Okay.
where
Well,
they're
that's
like,
fun.
y'all are in these scenarios, you're these characters,
Oh, that's fun.
like
I
go
like
ahead
that.
and do it.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
you're kind of just riffing about what's happening, and it's fun.
What was your character?
I was a half orc warrior, I think.
Okay.
Do you
Half
do like
orc,
a
half
voice?
what?
I didn't do a voice, and I just
Yeah.
talked as me, which is
Yeah.
funny.
Did you do a voice?
Mm-mm.
Can you do a voice?
I couldn't, but they encourage us not to.
Yeah.
Half orc, half what?
I don't know. Half human, maybe. Half orc, half human.
Okay.
Some kind of hybrid.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Orion
is.
was my name.
Oh.
All right. So that's what I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I was nervous.
Yeah. I mean, I would be too.
I had no idea what I was doing. Everybody's just talking, and it's like another language.
You roll the dice, and you don't even know what the dice means. Really.
I don't know what anything means.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be funny. I'm like, I don't know what this means.
Did you kill people? Like, what'd you do? What'd you do?
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I remember I made one funny joke. He was like,
Well, I hope you prayed after.
Yeah. Were you like a kind of out of work wizard? Like, were you
I was more like an out of work comic.
your character should have been like a wizard that's like, well, I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're like kind of hung it up. You got a real life now.
Yeah.
And then they brought you back.
Shaking the rust off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying
You
to
got
get your
some
wand
you got
tuned
some
up.
stuff shooting plate. You're like,
Yeah.
well, I didn't mean to. You got a wall on fire. You're like, well, I didn't mean that. I'm trying to get back in it.
Like the movie Willow, when they find the old witch and she gets the wand and she's like trying to do things and she keeps turning the guy into different animals.
Mhm.
You guys not familiar with the movie Willow?
No,
Yeah,
I
I do
don't
remember
like,
that
I don't like to
Willow.
watch those kind of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was in my past.
This is in the past.
Yeah.
I remember Willow.
I remember Willow, but I don't remember the.
I remember Willow Smith. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, that show is fun. I think you would enjoy it. It's not
Yeah.
zany.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
but it's fun.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Alright.
were y'all doing anything?
Nah.
You say?
I went to Albany, New York to the Funny Bone. I
Oh,
had 3 great shows, a lot of fun. I hadn't done comedy full set in like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I got to really like be dusty out there.
Rusty, dusty.
Yeah, it was great. You know, it was a hot show. Hot
Yeah.
shows. Very fun. I didn't
That's
do
great.
anything else. I napped like the whole day.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet.
And then that felt
It's
great.
the first time you've had an opportunity.
Yeah, in like 2 months. I was out of the house. I just napped the whole
Mhm.
day. I mean, it's the best.
Yeah. That's what a man's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It felt good.
Yeah. Start with you guys' comments. Kevin Hansen. I love how eclectic a group you guys are. Eclectic,
Eclectic.
It's a weird word.
electric, eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you say?
You
Eclectic?
can say eclectic.
Eclectic.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I said.
Eclectic e-bike.
I love how
Different
eclectic.
kind of bike.
Yeah. Eclectic a group you guys are, and how everyone brings their knowledge or at least confidence in the subject to the Nateland table every week. This week's Cars episode was a good one. Dusty pulled so many songs with car references out of who knows where. I'd say he probably could create a great road trip playlist, but I don't think anyone who listened to the Cars episode should probably get in a car he is driving. That's true.
Well, I'm a lot better now. You know, today, I only had one incident on the way here. So that felt pretty good.
What was the incident?
Well, a guy got in front of me and was going all slow, and I flashed the lights at him, and then I went around him, and he tried to speed up, and then I still made it in front of him, and then he was yelling from his car. I was like, dude, take it easy.
In your neighborhood,
No, not in your neighborhood.
right outside.
On
here.
the interstate. I was
Yeah.
like, don't. But he got over in front of me on the interstate, going slower. It's like, why are you
Infuriating.
doing that?
Infuriating.
Yeah.
So I had to go around him, and he's yelling, and I'm like, just don't do that kind of stuff.
Is it because you fly? Why didn't you just go around him?
Well, he got, because I got in another lane to try to go around him, but he was like going the same speed as those
Yeah.
cars. So then I had to get over 2 lanes to go around
Yeah.
the guy. And I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I was fine with it.
How often do you think you honk every day?
Yeah, every day that I'm in the car. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll probably honk twice a year.
I don't like
Yeah.
to go, "Wah." I like to give him a little toot toot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go, hey, wake up.
Little throat clear.
Yeah, what's going on
Yeah.
out here? Yeah.
Yeah.
was-
I don't honk much.
There was one time you and I were going to a show at the Ryman, and we were downtown. It was a John Chris show. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
I think so. Yeah.
And we were on Church Street trying to turn, and there's a car in front of us that has to turn too. And all these cars come other way. All of a sudden, Dusty just honks the horn. I'm like, go, dude. And I'm like, Dusty, there's a bunch of cars coming the other way. He's like, well, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
You got to get out there.
You do have to get out there. You
Mhm.
can't wait for the opening. Make the opening.
Yeah.
But I felt so bad for that guy. I wanted to follow him and say, hey, I'm sorry about Dusty.
You would like New York.
I do. I always like New York because I'm the one that's in the way.
Mhm.
I'm like, this feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good for other people to be like, move it along. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because I know how they feel.
Mhm.
It feels good.
Randy Moore. By far, this episode is the best Dusty episode.
All right.
The way he said, "Don't drag gourmet into this," had me tearing up laughing. His input and wild stories carried the whole episode. I've never related to something the way I did when he said he loves to sit in a car and smoke a cigarette. That is usually what I'm doing while watching the podcast.
Yeah.
I love you guys, and the show brings me joy every week. Thank you.
When I sold pesticides, I mean, I used to go clock into a store and then just go back out and sit in the car and
Yeah.
smoke cigarettes, man. I mean, it is the best.
Clock into a store?
Well, I had a bunch of stores that I went to,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't work for the store, but I have to go into the store and physically call in so
Yeah.
they know I've checked into that store.
Yeah.
So then once I'm checked in, then I go sit back out in the car and
How
smoke
long would that
cigarettes.
tell you? How long would it take to check in there?
5 minutes.
And then what do you got to do? Like go like?
Well,
make sure-
I would eventually go back into the store and do my job.
Yeah.
But I could, they wanted you to be at the store a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
but I could do the job much faster than that.
Yeah.
So I would just, I go smoke for a while, listen to the radio, go back in, do the job.
Yeah.
It's the
And you
best.
got a call from their phone?
Yeah, you have to call from the store's phone. People get
Yeah.
fired if they call from their cell phone
Yeah.
because you could be anywhere,
Yeah.
but you got to call from the store's phone. I had a real system worked out.
Yeah. It's a pretty dicey job when they got to,
Yeah.
most of their employees are like, use their phone.
yeah.
Like there's no trust.
It's
Right.
like
Oh,
checking
no.
in with your parole officer.
Yeah, there is no trust. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we're seeing why there is.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But it's like, I used to do that all the time. I mean, my job, I did a great job.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad about it. But I was like, I'd go get coffee and sit in the car and smoke. And it was
Yeah.
great. I mean, I felt terrible, but it was really a lot of fun.
Ben Bryant. I love this episode. I am an auto claim adjuster for a large insurance company. Totaling a car depends entirely on the cost of repairs versus the value of the car and the state you are in. Most states are around 75% of the value, but a few are at 100%. That is why an older car with minor damage can be a total loss, and a newer car with heavier damage is not.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right,
Mhm.
Ben, bring in the heat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Been
Ben
to the
Bear
bottom
Bryant.
of that. Ben Bear Bryant. Austin Meeks or Mikes. MEICK or Meek.
Yeah. Either way, there's not an S at the end.
But there's an S in the thing right below it. Hello, folks.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's not my fault completely.
Yeah, no,
Right,
There's,
that's
an,
totally.
there's an S in the vicinity.
Should have added a couple extra spaces there.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Hello, folks. I think I may hold the record for most total vehicles by a non-demolition derby driver. By the time I turned 30, I had totaled 13 vehicles.
Wow.
I walked away from all of them without a scratch. By the grace of God, I've been clean from addiction for 4 years. Next month, congrats.
All right.
And haven't had an accident since. Keep the laughs coming. We love you guys. Well, that's awesome, Austin.
That's amazing, too.
Yeah.
13 vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew guys like this, but 13 is a lot.
13's a lot.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
13 is usually when you decide I need to change some stuff.
Yeah,
After-
I
would-
don't know if people.
after 13
Most people
cars.
would never even own 13 cars.
No.
In their,
I definitely have.
you know.
What I want to know is, does he have a driver's license to this day? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
What if Austin's like, he goes, how many cars have you owned? He goes, I've owned 14 cars. 13 when I was, getting after it a little bit, and then 14, it's the one, and it's probably the one you want to be totaled the most, and you're living life great, so you're not.
And what if this is not even where it ends? He says by the time I turned 30, I'd totaled 13.
Yeah.
Maybe he's 55.
He's in his 70s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but now he's good to go.
Yeah.
He's off everything, and
But still, if I were Austin, I would get term life insurance from Fabric by Gerber Life
yeah,
to help protect your family.
there you go.
Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high quality, surprisingly affordable. I really derailed the conversation.
No, that's all right.
Term
Yeah,
life
yeah,
insurance
that's-
policy in less than 10 minutes.
I'm sure this ad appreciates that.
Fabric's new lower price could mean big savings over other providers with quality policies like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day.
Whoa.
It takes less than 10 minutes to apply, see your quote, and then personalize your quote to fit your family's needs. You could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Cancel at any time.
All right.
Fabric is partnered with Gerber Life, trusted by millions of families over 50 years. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes to meetfabric.com/Nate. That's meetfabric.com/Nate, MEET fabric.com/Nate. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions.
There you
All
go.
right.
All right.
That was good. Master Crafter. There was a Mastercraft boat you could get for a hole in one they had out there. And the other thing too, I turned pro. I'm a pro golfer now.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's
Kind of buried the lead there.
much easier than you think. And I didn't really know what it was, and I don't know if I even want to be a pro golfer. But when I was checking in, they were like, because there's real prize money in this, and you can win it. And so if you keep your amateur status, I don't know where the money. Does it go to charity? I mean, I want it to go, but I'm not trying to take the money. I didn't know. I just got asked, do you want pro status or amateur status? And I was like, well, I mean, obviously, who would not want to be a pro?
You just check the box.
You just check the box.
Wow.
And so,
way to go.
So
Yeah.
that should be on your Wikipedia page now.
I'm a pro
Nate
golfer.
Bargatze, yeah.
Pro golfer.
Stand-up comedian and professional golfer.
But I asked someone, I was like, can I back out it? Like, I don't know if I'm like, because it's like, you could almost like, I don't think it really matters for obviously our level, but like you could be like, oh, you can't play in a local tournament or member guest tournament because I'm not an amateur and I'm considered a pro.
Yeah. What if it really came back to bite you?
Yeah.
It could.
No pros allowed.
No pros allowed. Yeah.
The places I
So,
play, that is the
yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
Riverside. Master Crafter.
Master Crafter. I manage a tire shop. Aaron crushed that answer about tires having air. They would also cause a lot of road damage if they were all rubber. They are working on tires called twills. They don't hold air, so they don't go flat. Wow.
Wheels. It's a prototype device developed by Michelin as an alternative to the tire.
Oh, it kind of looks like a rim too. Maybe you can get some chrome twills.
Oh, so it's just like a hard.
Yeah, these are interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
got some flexibility there. You see
Yeah.
that
But they
tackling a curb.
Yeah.
I'd like that on a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want some twills.
Yeah. Yeah. I said the wheel hasn't, it's been just kind of.
It's kind of
I mean, I'm
round.
sure it's been. I know the run flat was a big deal. I remember that when they came with like
What's that?
the run flat tire. It can't get a flat. Like it, if you get a flat, it'll work for 100 more miles or something.
Okay.
It doesn't go immediately flat.
Yeah.
You don't know that tire?
Does it
No.
let you know that it's been?
You never heard of a run
damaged?
flat tire?
No.
What?
It seems like it still wouldn't help you if you like punctured it and you had 100 miles, but you didn't know that it happened.
Just 100 miles down the road when you find
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
So it has
Yeah.
a support ring system that employs a ring of hard rubber or another structure that can support the vehicle's weight in an air loss condition.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Never heard of this. I could have used
Yeah.
these.
Twills.
Well, they're
I like
supposed to kind of get you. So if you get one, you're like, it can get you.
I can get to the
Out of
tire.
the situation.
Yeah, totally.
Grant Morgan. The way you know someone's speed before radar would be to time how long it takes someone to travel between 2 points. It's a simple formula to figure their speed. This technique is still used in some areas where they have airplanes monitoring speed. If you're driving on a highway and notice an X painted on the shoulder of the road, that is what they are using as a reference point. Oh, wow.
All right, Grant.
So they're being like, you got there from there to there in 30 seconds, and it should take you 45 seconds.
Sure.
So somebody's
we
just sitting there with an
mentioned that.
old timey pocket watch.
Yeah.
just
That must have
timing
been what it
people.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so if you see, I guess, a helicopter just sitting over the road and there's an X sign right there,
Oh yeah.
I would slow it down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because if that's how they're doing it, I mean,
They're
if
clocking
they're
you.
airplanes, how could you monitor the speed with an airplane? He's flying. You'd be like, well, you were moving. You're like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's like, well, you crossed X, you got it too quick. I go, well, what angle were you at?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Because
that
from
you-
my angle, it seemed like you were going very
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes airplanes look slow.
Yeah.
And they're going 500 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
Yeah.
they're cruising.
And then so, yeah, I don't know how you do that, but yeah, I would say just a helicopter. If you just hear
Yeah, it's almost
hovering.
like if you're going that slow, from my perspective, then maybe it just seems like I'm going fast.
Mhm.
You got like a whole like like a superhero movie where they have a real fast character. Everybody seems like they're going real slow.
How do they give you the ticket from the airplane?
They drop it.
They land?
Right in the
They
interstate.
land on the
just to
side of
give
the
you
interstate. Yeah.
Just to give you
Yeah.
your ticket.
They communicate with somebody on the ground, and then
They go, this guy's speeding?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a lot of work for
It's
tickets.
a lot of work.
I figured they just
Yeah.
mail it to you.
They got to get your license.
Maybe they
Oh,
just-
maybe.
Maybe
That's an
just
interesting
airdrop
point.
it. Like to your phone.
Yeah. That's probably what
Yeah,
they're probably start
yeah.
doing that.
Got your maps on it, all of a sudden you got
Yeah.
airdropped at a ticket.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy that got arrested and kicked off? He airdropped a bomb threat to everybody on the plane, just as like a joke,
Yeah.
thinking nobody will know who this. They immediately knew who it was. And they walked up, very normal looking dude, just sitting there. He's like, "Oh yeah, that was me." He was
Uh,
He's like, I
joking.
was just,
I think he went to prison. It's like you can't do that.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love the joke though. That's
Yeah.
too bad for him though.
You ever get airdropped a weird thing in a public place?
I have not really, but
No.
I've pulled up airdrop and could see other people and go, I want to send them. something."
yeah.
I've
I don't do
what
it,
do you
though.
do? You have it open to public?
You have it set to where they don't need to be in your contacts.
Yeah.
You can receive from everybody and you can send to everybody.
Why do you do that? Just
For this reason.
Sometimes you want somebody to airdrop something to you that you don't want their phone number
Right.
or them to have
Right.
yours.
Yeah.
Like send me that picture, not text it.
yeah.
Gotta airdrop it to me.
Yeah. But I mean, why are you leaving it open to no contacts just for this situation? Like you're
Just see
It's
what's
fun.
going on, you know?
yeah,
I want to be in the mix.
someone on the plane sends you
I just don't know who's afraid of that. Like I saw a video the other day where a guy goes into like some business to rob the business and he's like, all right, everybody hands up. And like it's just like a bunch of older women and they're all just sitting around looking at the dude.
I saw that, yeah.
The dude ends up, he's like, hands up. And nobody responds to him at all. And he just leaves.
He just gets so defeated.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I guess I'm going.
yeah.
Is it like security footage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
great.
says go robbing that. I mean, they just kind of get up and walk out.
Are you seeing
Yeah.
it?
I seen it too.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric Phillips. Horses have different gaits that correspond to different speeds. A walk is about 4 miles per hour, a trot 8 miles per hour, and canters and gallops even faster. These gaits are easily identifiable, so a speed limit of 8 miles per hour was what? These gaits, am I not saying something right?
You just bulldoze through that word, man.
Identifiable. These gaits are easily identifiable. So a speed limit of 8 miles per hour is effectively a ban on anything other than a walk or trot.
Well, just word it like that.
Identifiable? Is that what it's-
Identifiable. Yeah.
Identifiable.
You did
You
say
hit
it like you say LMNOP in the alphabet.
Yeah.
Like this will go real fast. Maybe nobody will hear me.
Yeah. That's what you do sometimes with
Yeah,
words.
I'm with
You
it.
just plow through it. Get through it. I do that sometimes with a name. If you're like, I kind of think this guy's name's this.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, you know what I'm talking about, Derek? And you kind of, if it's like you think it's Daryl, but you just kind of go,
Yeah.
Derek. Like you just, and then you just, and they're like, yeah. And you're like,
Yeah.
he's, and they have to be like,
His name's Frank. You know, it's just
I
like
mean,
not even
you got to
close.
be confident enough that you're like, I know it's,
Yeah.
I'm
I know
in the,
general
direction.
sound of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's like Aaron, you go, I don't remember if it's Aaron, but I know it's like, you're like,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
he goes, look it over there.
Yeah.
And you just kind of plow through it. And then they're like, and you're like, yeah. All right. Well, that's how walk about 4 miles an hour trot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense. Why not just say you're not allowed to gallop, or you're not allowed to canter? Why do we got to put a number to it?
I would teach your horse to, when you canter, to make it look like a trot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do.
they're like,
I mean, a gallop, yeah. Like if a dude's like, boom, 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 like really on a horse, like, then you're like, all right, dude. Well, this guy's
that's
flying.
too
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
But, a walk 4 miles per hour, is that not fast for a horse?
No, I wouldn't think
that's
so.
not. That's I
That's
think
like a human.
It's
Yeah.
about twice as fast as a human.
Yeah.
I'm saying that a human walks 2 miles an hour, 2.5 miles an hour.
Oh, I thought about 15-minute mile.
Yeah.
I thought a human walked about 4 miles an hour.
Depends on how much you stop and look at the birds.
Was that directed at me? I don't even know.
No.
Oh.
It's just a funny thing to
Yeah.
say.
Josh Cantrell. The reason cars have the capability to drive faster than legal speed is so you aren't maxing out the engine at, for example, 70 miles an hour. It would be like yelling all the time just to be heard. You destroy your throat in the same way you destroy your engine, pushing it to the limit.
Well, that's the best example I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's the best example.
a great analogy.
Yeah.
Wow. Way
That's
to go,
good.
Yeah,
Josh.
you should be. I don't know what you do for a living, but
Yeah.
you should be in education.
I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
remember, like, my mom had a car that 85 was as fast as it would go back in the day.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like 85, like we got it up to like almost 85 one time, and it seemed like we were hauling.
Mhm.
But cars now, I've accidentally done 90 several times.
This weekend, I just
Oh.
looked down and I was going over 100. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
Oh,
whoa.
gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, just well, you know,
And you're watching West Wing?
yeah.
I'm watching Friday Night Lights again. So
Sorry.
I had a lead foot, you know.
Was it the traffic going that way?
No, it was like it was a late night
Yeah.
drive. It was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Not a lot of cars on the road. I was flying.
Just
Yeah.
some deer.
No. Well, yeah, no deer.
You can
around.
get going. People go fast now.
Yeah.
I thought about that on the way here. It's like everybody drives really fast.
Oh yeah.
And you can just be in a situation. I guess maybe it's because of Waze, like, because they have the cop stuff and everybody's, and so, but I mean, man, you're just be going and I've said, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. I thought about it with, like, saying, because Laura, we'll be driving, Laura's like, you're going 85 miles an hour, and you're like, you don't even know what's going on around me. Did I talk about this?
I think
Last
so,
week.
Yeah,
Last week, yeah. So it's like that, and I thought of that, like, but everybody does go fast. You will be caught up in a group of cars, and they're going 90, and it's like 11 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Right. And you
And
can
you're like,
argue,
what are we doing?
You could argue if I were to go the speed limit, and it's actually dangerous to be
Yeah.
going that much slower than the cars
I got to
around
get
me.
way over.
I got to keep up with the pace of
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
So I got to speed.
And everybody's
I
just,
agree.
everybody speeds.
I'm
now.
always prepared to make that argument. I
Yeah.
never get the chance.
But I think cars just go faster and you don't feel it. Like an old car, you went 85 miles an hour. It was like,
Dude, the whole thing was
Yeah,
shaking.
yeah, you were like, you were going. And now, I mean, you can
now I
be-
can do 100 in a Toyota Corolla, no big deal.
and have no idea that
Yeah.
you're going 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some facts here I didn't get thrown out last week, so I'm going to try to slip them in.
Okay.
A guy in Switzerland was going 180 miles per hour. His ticket was over $1 million because
Wow.
in Switzerland, they figure out your ticket fine by your income and the speed you were going. And he
Oh.
was really rich.
It's a percentage of your income.
Hmm
Well, that
Oh,
seems,
jeez.
So
that
if you're
seems
poor,
crazy.
you're not going to be charged. that
Yeah. So if you have basically no
Yeah.
income, speed all you want. It's going to be 15 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
But even 15 cents, so if you had nothing, it's still like, oh, dang, my last dime and nickel, man.
$1 million seems like a lot, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's his extreme.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
for a
guess-
speeding for
yeah.
a speeding ticket.
I mean, he's going 180 miles per hour. That's pretty reckless.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you
yeah.
take
I
the
guess if
cop
it's like
side.
you go to jail or
Yeah.
you pay $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
rich was he that was just
I
a
just always want to
percentage?
know where's the $1 million going. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna take the $1 million from this guy. What are you doing with
Right.
it? Is
Yeah.
it going to something? Or
Schools.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm going to try to slip some more in here. But
Okay.
Okay.
Paul Collier. I own a Turo car in Hawaii, and someone thought it'd be a good idea to use our car to rob a bank. Unfortunately for him, to check the car out, he sent us a photo of his face with his driver's license and address. It made the police officer's job very easy. Wow.
Wow.
That's good to know.
Feels like Hawaii wouldn't really be the place to rob a bank either, right? Like, I know, I'm sure the island's big, but you
Yeah.
are on an
How much
island.
money can they have out there?
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah.
well, yeah, you're kind of stuck there.
Yeah. I mean, where do you go?
You got to go to
Nowhere to go. And then, I mean, it's so far away. I mean, really, what amount of money could they,
You're already in Hawaii. I mean, what
I
else you
think a
need?
lot of robberies, like you want to go, how much, what are we trying to get?
What was best case
Does that
scenario here?
like I would hope if you're going to be a bank robber, you would have the conversation of, well, what's our best we can do? If someone's like $800, you're like, is it worth
Going to prison
for $800?
$800 cash.
Yeah.
In marked bills.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and we have no idea. Like, are they marked? Is that thing going to blow up? You've seen enough movies that you're like, I don't know what's.
My buddy from high school was a bank teller, and he told me he got robbed, and he said most of the bank robberies now are just people write down on a piece of paper, "Give me all the money."
Yeah,
and their policy is they just give it to him. And he's like, we never have like astronomical amounts of cash
yeah.
in the bank, so give them like 10 grand and then they leave, you know.
And
How do those pan out?
do they get? Yeah,
They're on 15 security cameras and their cars in the parking lot with their license plate, and they get caught.
Yeah, they have a mask. My mom worked at a bank. They got robbed too, and that was a long time ago. But but they walk in with like a ski mask on. And you're like, I don't know about this guy. That's why
you spot him right away. This guy.
I told you.
Well,
this guy's a bit of a character.
The key would be you bring that guy in. He's next to you, but that guy doesn't rob the bank, and you have another guy rob the bank.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, dude, I thought it was going to be you with the ski mask.
Little misdirection.
And you go,
Yeah.
I'm just a guy that likes ski mask.
Yeah.
I don't think that's nothing because I'm against COVID. COVID just
Yeah.
shows it just
yeah.
he thinks he can only get COVID. And his,
Well, that was what was funny about banks. My bank will say you're not allowed to wear hats or sunglasses into the bank, but then they would say mask required.
Yeah.
And I just think that was really funny.
yeah, the mask was I would imagine a fun time if you're a criminal.
If you're a bank robber, but criminals in general.
Criminals in general just
Yeah.
was a decent time.
Yeah.
And now masks are, it's kind of normal to wear a mask. If someone did wear a mask, you wouldn't like think, why are you wearing a mask? So it's just
I might, depending on where we are.
Yeah, but I know, but I'm saying overall, if you have a place of business and someone walks in with a mask on, you're programmed to not be like,
that's true.
What's up? Like it's some people are wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And so a mask would be, I'm saying if you're a criminal, it was probably a pretty good time. You don't get COVID and you're just raw and you're rich.
Right.
So
it's a win-win, really.
You tell me the downside.
Yeah.
Will Horn. Hello, Vokes.
off my joke.
Win my
That's that joke I told last week
Yeah. What was it?
about Hitler would have the people say, "Hello, folks."
Oh yeah. All right. I win my. Is the I not
I think
supposed to
that
be there?
I is it got dropped in there.
When I'm gonna say it, when my father-in-law was a teenager, he drove a car with a broken cigarette lighter. He finally had it fixed, but never bothered to tell my future mother-in-law. She decided to play a prank by pretending to activate the lighter and jam it into his sister's thigh. What? I'm zoned out of it. All right. Needless to say, chaos ensued when the piping hot cigarette lighter seared a circular burn into her future sister-in-law's thigh. Wow.
Wow. I bet the sister-in-law was not playing games after that.
No. That's gotta hurt. Did you ever have buddies in high school that would they get branded?
No.
You
I
never
mean,
know?
I know of that,
Yeah.
but no, I didn't.
Were you ever in a situation where you would get branded?
No.
Okay.
What was the situation?
In the same situation you would get a tattoo, you know?
Yeah.
Just for fun.
It's like a fraternity thing or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
told
like-
you about that. Q dogs.
The Q Dogs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy got that in Alabama. Actually, he was a Tennessee fan, and he got a T branded on his arm when he was a sophomore in high school with a coat hanger,
Yeah.
and it did not look like a T.
No.
You had
Yeah.
to tell people it was a T.
Is it still there?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was raised.
Yeah,
Ugh.
man. If
Yeah.
I think I remember someone doing that too. Like
Mhm.
they did a branding thing, and it's if you're young and you're in high school and you're in school, I promise whatever you think is awesome will never be awesome in your life. But I understand the moment and enjoy the moment of going, I can't believe and let the other person get the branding,
Sure.
but you should just go, I will never be happy I have this branding.
Yeah, let them call you a bunch of names, and then like 10, 15 years later,
Yeah.
give them a call. Just go, how's the brand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how's that arm?
Not
Yeah.
even 10 or 15 years later. Maybe
It'll be a
next
week later. Yeah,
you go, how's the branding?
How's the infection?
How's
exactly. Once it heals, and you're like, I guess I just have this now.
Not even the like,
A
but
T
you
that
don't
looks
even
like
have
a
to go
K.
like, how's the infection or any of this. You
Yeah.
could just go a week later and go, so how's it going, dude? Has your life really picked up since that branding situation? Now I know there's fraternities that do branding, so
yeah.
it's not that situation. Like those guys, that's like have tattoo. They have a reason they're doing this. So, but if it's just
This was very off
Yeah.
the book spur of the
I
moment.
think isn't it like Shaq has a brand or
Mhm.
like I think a lot of black
It's
fraternities
from
might
Q
do
Dogs, right?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that reason is one thing, but I think in our circles we're just people being stupid and going, "Do you want to get branded with a T?" Like they just think it's fun. And it's not a cool design, it's not a, something that's like it's literally just it's idiots together.
Yeah, don't burn yourself in general.
But it's in the moment you're feeling it, everybody's being
It's
cool,
a camaraderie. Yeah.
Mhm.
but I mean all this stuff you will just be like, why would I'm not gonna want that. In
No.
you will have a life that's longer than that moment.
I mean, there's tattoos I wanted to get that I'm so happy I never got them.
mhm.
I don't even tell people what they were. The ideas are so bad, I don't even want to tell people what they were, and I wanted to get it tattooed on my body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where on your body?
Yeah.
Just, just
Neck?
wherever.
The neck?
No, I never thought about the neck. I always liked the idea of stomach tattoos.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
I could see you
A
have
free
a
bird?
stomach tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
I could see that.
Yeah.
You have like a good body for a stomach
Yeah,
tattoo.
I'm a stomach tattoo guy.
Like it's like
Yeah.
kind of like it's a little, could be out a little bit now, but it all just still works.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got like a good redneck body.
Yeah, I mean, I got a
Yeah.
build for
You
it.
got a Myrtle Beach body.
Yeah.
Oh
That's what it
yeah.
is. Oh,
Yeah.
big
A
time.
good Myrtle Beach, like you have a tattoo on a stomach, you're
Yeah.
like, no one's
So-
everybody
You're
almost
born with a
expects you to have it.
koozie. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
it
Yeah.
would have been
Yeah,
cool
you're
for
born.
me at the time. I mean, it would have paid off at the time.
It might still have been cool just
Yeah.
with your look and everything and beliefs now. I think you could have done it, but only the stomach.
It's never too late, Dusty.
Well, you're a little older now, so and you have kids and stuff, but
I feel like you don't want to be older with a fresh tattoo. You want to be older with a faded tattoo.
yeah.
Faded tattoo. I remember my grandpa's military tattoo on his arm. It looked rough by the end, dude. It was just
Yeah, but I like that kind of stuff. I get like it's
That's
you
cool
know,
because
well,
the
it's like-
story of
Marines?
it.
Was he a
Yeah.
Marine?
He was Air Force.
Mhm.
Less cool.
Well, I don't know about Air Force, but
Never mind.
what was the tattoo of his desk? That's I appreciate the Air Force.
Yeah.
I'm not even in the military, but
Yeah.
I remember they all had like
They call it Chair Force.
That is
Yeah,
the joke.
yeah,
Yeah,
Air
everybody
Force,
makes fun
yeah.
of the Air Force. Yeah.
Katie Visaggio. Visaggio. My brother had a Pontiac that would randomly honk its own horn. We drove it to college from Michigan to Minnesota with a horn that would just blast without notice or the ability to stop it. Driving down the highway for 14 hours. Wow.
It's fun.
That's my
very-
kinda
That's
car.
very funny. Yeah. that
Just
is a
starts
good
honking,
car.
you just get in the fast lane. Get out of here. Get
Yeah.
out of the way.
And just the whole time you're like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. You're driving by people going like, and they can't even understand.
I think Little Miss Sunshine that happened in that movie. Anybody see that?
No, I've never seen it.
It's like an Indian.
I saw it,
Carell?
but I don't remember.
Yeah, I
That'll-
didn't see it.
Yeah, that old van that just honked on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of horns honking F or F sharp, whatever that is.
Ooh.
It's
know
a
that?
it's a note.
Well,
Oh,
I know it's a
okay.
note, but I don't really know what that
I
means.
thought that was a prompt for an ad read. I was getting
So
ready.
did I.
I was like, I don't think that's.
Well, tell us
my
about
ad.
HelloFresh.
I don't think that. Okay. Hello, folks, to HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That is why it's America's #1 meal kit. When you need dinner fast, don't call for delivery. Think HelloFresh. Their fast and fresh recipes are ready in just 15 minutes or less. Plus, HelloFresh is 25% cheaper than takeout, and you don't have to tip people. Do not worry if that's not in the ad.
I was gonna say.
Do not worry if you're not a pro in the kitchen. HelloFresh's foolproof recipes arrive pre-portioned and easy to prepare in just a few steps. The HelloFresh app makes it so easy to change your delivery day, food preferences, and plan size, or skip a week whenever you need. We love HelloFresh. Saving time is key, and the recipes are not hard to follow, and most of their meals are quick, so we can get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Go to HelloFresh.com/Nateland50 and use code Nateland50 for 50% off plus free shipping. That's 50% off plus free shipping at HelloFresh.com/Nateland50 and use code Nateland50, America's #1 meal kit.
You say 50 very southern.
Yeah, 50. Nateland 50.
I think the numbers are all I got left sometimes with the southern accent. I really can hit some southern numbers.
What do you mean? That's all you got left?
Well, it feels like the southern accent fades from, my wife's Canadian,
Yeah.
and, it
I don't
fades.
think
lot
a
coming at
lot
you.
of people feel that way.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, good.
Well, it's like your sound is southern.
Okay.
You know.
All right, good.
Your cadence.
And that's a big part of it.
I don't want
Yeah.
it to go away.
It's a draw.
okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
there.
it's a draw. I was always worried about mine going away, but it's, then I say oil and feelings and all kinds of stuff.
Mm.
And
But I also just think your accent just evolves as you get older, regardless of you talk
Mhm.
differently.
yeah. Well, it was like when I left, it went to when I was in New York, it's like I never wanted to lose it either. But then when I first left, it was so southern. And then I went up there, and now it's like I think people are kind of can be confused by it. It's southern, but then they can't tell. I mean, I've had people that think it's Australian or something. Like they just don't know what's happening.
Mm.
And it's probably a mix of kind of. But then now that I've been home, you just slowly start.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking to all your old friends, and you just end up being a little more.
Comes back.
It
yeah.
comes back. But
Like Brian
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was crazy, dude.
Doesn't take
Yeah.
long. Get down to Louisiana. it
I'm
comes
down
right.
here with my family
yeah,
from Boston.
crazy. Sean Sessions. I was hot dogging in the rain in my mom's brand new 1990 Chevy Cavalier Z24. Lost control and slid into head-on traffic, hitting an elderly couple.
Jeez.
It took the jaws of life to remove them, and take them away in an ambulance. A year or so later, I was dating a girl, and we got to talking about car accidents. When I learned that I had sent her grandparents to the hospital, needless to say, we didn't date again after that.
Wow.
That's what you're closing with?
I thought that was a funny story.
Yeah.
Funny story.
bad
They
news
took
Brian
the jaws
over
of
here.
life to remove them and take them away in ambulance. I assume they're all okay.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
That was 32 years ago.
Yeah.
How
you
many
know.
dates did he go on with this girl? I mean, that seems kind of ridiculous that she doesn't date
This
them.
was pre-internet, man. You couldn't look anybody up, so you just would run into people that sent your grandparents to the hospital
I
by
guess so.
accident.
Yeah. And then you.
Yeah. Yeah. Cavalier Z24. I do remember that car.
I used to have a joke about it.
You did?
Hmm
About that
I
car?
think what was your joke? Yeah.
It was that one I told every other year. It was an even year.
Yeah.
I had a joke about how back when I was 18, I thought I was such a man. I had a good job, serious girlfriend, driving a brand new 1990
Yeah.
Z Cavalier Z24,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Now I'm 36, looking for work, looking for a girl, and driving a 1990. That was my original joke. Then I turned 37. I was like, the joke didn't work anymore because I was doubling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I started the joke by saying I'm 18 times 2 now, or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
something like I had a lot of math.
Really cornered yourself.
Then I turned 37, and that joke didn't work anymore. And then I turned 38, and I started telling it again. I was like, when I was 19, and I did that every other.
So you can tell it now, right? 52?
I'm 51.
51.
Oh, well, it's
I
coming
would
up,
say
though,
it's
right?
coming up.
Yeah, I'll bring
Back
it
in the
back up.
rotation. A good
Yeah.
joke in the 80s.
Yep.
It's still relevant now.
Yeah,
Good lesson for young comics. Don't corner yourself with math and a
yeah.
joke.
I had a lot of math jokes.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, you need a lot of stuff to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would make the audience do a lot of math.
I was
in their
saying the
head.
crowd's got a pen and paper out trying to carry the one. Yeah.
Yeah, 19. That's what I remember. Z24. That's why I remember the cars because you saying that Cavalier Z24.
My sister did have that car. That was what I drove my senior prom.
Oh,
I
so you
think we
didn't
had
have
a-
the car?
No.
Did you? You never owned a 1990?
No, it's my sister's.
I think we
Okay.
had a green Cavalier, and it was not a cool car.
Okay, well, we're learning a lot here.
But I don't know if it was a Z24 or not. I don't. Oh, okay. I'm seeing Aaron has it pulled up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
that
no,
white one there.
that is not
That's what it
we
looked
had.
like.
Not that one. The one of that one.
This one?
Yeah, more like that one.
Oh man, the worst one.
Oh,
on
see,
here.
that's a little better though. I think mine was a 4-door, real boxy. I didn't own it. It was just kind of in the
Well,
family.
wheels were not a big thing back then, right? Like I don't remember people talking about that.
What do you mean?
I think you could get
Like
the,
having cool tires or cool rims.
you could get the bullet hole rims and then the whitewash.
But that came a little later. Like I think I remember. I mean, maybe it's just also the circles I was in. No one
Yeah.
had cool rims. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I do remember like when
the
I went to
whitewash
high
tires,
school,
whitewash
Yeah.
tires were something.
and it was like some of the kids in high school. They had money, and so like they would get like a brand new car, and I think they would talk about rims or their
Oh, yeah.
sound system or something.
Mhm.
Sound system was a big thing.
That was
Yeah.
real big. Yeah.
People would buy you would buy cars in Wheels and Deals magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I do. Y'all don't.
No.
Oh yeah, you looking? I would get a Wheels and Deals, and you would look at it and just like if you needed.
It's
a
like
new car.
Craigslist, except it was a little magazine. You look through and
I
see
feel
a
like
picture.
what was the
they
Auto
would still
Trader? That
have
was
it.
Wheels. Yeah, I remember magazines like that.
Yeah, Wheels and Deals. It was a great magazine. It was like fun. Like if someone's into cars, they would look at it. You know.
You remember Auto Trader though? They had those magazines too.
Yeah, but Wheels and Deals was the one that I remember the most. Before we talk this, I was just say Justin Smith. If you listen to this, he has a comment. He has a show at Zany's tomorrow night. This comes out Wednesday, right? Thursday.
Mhm.
Nashville Zany's, 7 p.m. Also, our buddy Dustin Nickerson is there on the Friday and Saturday early shows. So if you're in Nashville, great comics, all friends. Dustin, we've shown he hasn't been on the podcast yet, but he comes on the road with me a lot. But for Justin Smith's show, I'm also gonna go on that show. I'm not gonna like put it on social media or anything. Just kind of letting you guys know. Joey McCullough, who also opens on the road with us, he's gonna pop down, and Justin's gonna let us pop on and do a set. So yeah, the show's at 7 Thursday. Got to
Right.
work on. I'm going to
Hot show.
Australia, so I need to. I haven't really got up, and I need to
Work on the accent.
Yeah, need to work on the accent. Need to work on just kind of get back in the rhythm of saying some jokes because I've been off for probably 2 weeks or
Mhm.
feels like forever. And so yeah, so this Thursday, July 20th, Nashville Zanies. If you're here, I will be down there. Justice Smith, it's his show. And then go to Dustin Nickerson's show.
Guess who
yeah.
else is on Dustin Nickerson?
Who's on Dustin's? You?
Yeah, 2/4 of the Nateland. Me and Brian.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
big
How about
time.
that?
All
Hot
right,
That's
weekend.
a hot show.
Yeah,
huh?
Thursday through Saturday at Zany's. That's a hot weekend.
That's yeah. You can knock everybody out.
Yeah.
You can knock everybody out.
Except Dusty, but yeah.
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 Dusty's on the Will Burkett show there.
I don't
Burkhart?
know.
Burkhart?
Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm
You're doing something.
I'll be off in Orlando, Florida at the Orlando Improv.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I might do Zany's Comedy All Stars if they'll let me on it. That'd be
Mhm.
fun.
I
Yeah.
tried.
Okay.
Lucy said, check back another time.
Okay.
Well, we're trying to make it. It's trying to be a good show.
yeah. All right. This week.
Talking about appliances.
All right.
All
Tell
right.
you what, we bring the heat. Hey, a lot of podcast fans yelled "Hey Bear!" A lot of "Hey Bears!"
Oh, really?
And hello, folks.
at the golf tournament.
yeah,
That's
like a
awesome.
lot.
That's great.
You know, you never look these podcasts. Like we love doing this podcast, and but in your head, you just think you're like,
yeah.
is this going to anybody?
Totally. The crew checks out. They're asleep.
They
You know what I mean?
left.
Yeah.
They hit record and then they
Go to the car and smoke a cigarette.
They run errands.
Yeah.
You know, a guy at the airport in Albany bought me a little bear that says I live in New York, and he said, "Hey, bear." To me.
Oh, that's
He's a
nice.
listener. Bought me a little bear
Yeah.
for my daughter.
So it's
Wow.
when y'all come up and say stuff, it's always very, very much appreciative, and and it means a lot. Like too, and like this weekend was like a lot of people like saying, you know, hey, love the podcast, hey bear, all that kind of stuff, and that it's cool.
Yeah, I get a lot of hay bears at my shows.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome. I
Mhm.
had some people from Newfoundland came to see
Yeah.
me in Albany. It's
Oh,
great.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Do they
this is
like
why this is why they're here, because we're talking about appliances.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the stuff they come for.
This is what other podcasts are afraid to talk about, I think.
It's political, you know. It
Exactly.
gets appliances can be a dicey subject.
What appliance do you think has the longest lifespan?
Name brand or actual like
No, just the actual appliance.
Appliance.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go.
I don't know if anybody thought he was thinking name brand, but I mean, out of all,
Maytag.
there's, I mean, I just said how many. There's so many people listening to this podcast, and I would think you were the only one
It could be.
that thought Maytag. Were you going to say
Whirlpool?
Maytag?
I was.
Or
No, I
just-
don't know. I would say Maytag, but you know, like LG or
Yeah.
you know, something like that. I like a good
You know,
LG appliance.
Samsung.
I would
gonna-
say toaster.
I think
It's
a toaster feels fragile to me. Doesn't it?
I was kind of thinking of toaster too.
Here's my microwave.
Well, let's ask this though.
Yeah.
Is it of all time or things they're creating today?
I think today.
I think it's a
Okay.
general.
What are you talking about?
Well, things used
Well,
to
we're talking
last
about
longer.
cotton gins.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about stuff.
used
that
to last
exists.
longer.
We got a first time listener here, Dusty. Pretty basic stuff we talk about. No one's getting in the weeds of this. I kind of in my head I was thinking toaster just because that's all I can think of is toaster. But
I've never heard of a microwave on the fritz.
I've never heard of a toaster going. You know,
But I think you lose a toaster, you misplace it, like you,
well,
you replace.
but now you're getting it. We're not talking. We're not talking about like you moved and you lost a toaster. You buy a house and you get microwaves usually in a house.
That's what I'm saying. It's one's just left over.
I know microwaves. There's a lot more to it. A toaster is. There's not much to it.
Yeah, you're proving my point. I think it's a microwave.
All right, what is it?
Dishwasher.
Really?
That can't be true.
I don't
Thank you.
I don't believe
I feel like dishwashers are what get replaced the most.
Yeah.
No, the average woman lives to be 80, 85 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd like to apologize to absolutely no one.
Yeah.
No, it's the gas range.
Oh, a stove.
Yeah, we call it a stove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas range. 15 years. That
Hmm.
seems short to me.
Yeah, I think so.
15's pretty good.
Dryers and
a good
refrigerators,
run.
13. This says
I didn't even
microwave.
think about dryers and refrigerator.
This says microwave 9 years. My mom's had hers for 30 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
She puts duct tape on to keep the radiation coming.
And not a lot of microwaves haven't changed much since then.
No.
Where's toaster coming?
That's this was major appliances. Toaster wasn't even on the
It's
list.
not even a major. That's
Oh.
a minor
He
appliance.
didn't throw. Did you throw major in there when you asked the question?
Well, I
Nah,
just
but he
thought that-
assumed, you know,
yeah.
you
I
wouldn't
mean,
give any
Honestly,
dumb
I guess we
answers.
are in the weeds of it.
I mean, he didn't even think
Yeah.
of a refrigerator.
I
That's
didn't.
the first appliance I think of.
I thought a
Yeah.
toaster.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I feel like a fridge is always on the fridges break down.
he didn't
yeah.
even think those refrigerators were appliance, did you?
I just don't think I thought of it.
Yeah.
But it's
closer to furniture. to
an
me.
old refrigerator. I think one of those old white ones that got the two things. I think
Mhm.
those things can run for 75
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
My dad.
But the new ones are going to break. They break a lot because there's just too. Again, it's too many parts.
with Wi-Fi and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
you got. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Well, that's what I meant by all time, right? Like now everything breaks down. I feel like, but my dad's had his refrigerator my whole life. I think.
Mhm.
yeah, because they're just. Yeah, there's not so much in there that it's gonna work. What was I just? I was about to say something. What are we talking about?
Appliances.
Toaster appliances.
I don't know why
Refrigerator?
refrigerators
Yeah, I
need
don't know.
Wi-Fi
I don't
either.
know.
They're like it can identify what's in the fridge.
And
How
you
about
can
just make a list?
Order them from the fridge door.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
but
what
you
you're
don't think that's going to be. That's pretty awesome if you're like some of them now, you're like, we need milk, and you just press.
A
We need
button.
milk tomorrow,
Boom.
and you go, oh, we got a little milk left. You press it, and your milk gets delivered to your house tomorrow.
Pretty amazing.
I mean, I do, but how hard are our lives that we're like, I can't.
You're right. They're not your life. No one's lives are as hard, but they're busy and they're like whatever it is, and so you look at like just the time of going. All right, it's just going to become that. I mean, I'd imagine. Do you think like in our time, which I know we talk about, like you're going to get to where like there's just no shops or stores or there's
I think so for sure.
like your food is you're ordering your food. I mean, maybe they have like gas stations for like, quick, like I bet they have unmanned gas stations with the necessities for like if you're like, oh, we don't have milk for tonight, or like a little sandwichy or a little something, and it'll be like an unmanned kind of thing that you can go grab. But I mean,
Yeah, 'cause they wouldn't even have gas.
yeah, what's the point of a
Right.
grocery store? It's like all going. I just thought about this week. Is it all going to be factories? So it's just going to be a factory that's just like doing it and just sends it out and then goes
With a
and-
drone directly to your doorstep.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe a drone, but it's it's going to be. Nashville has its own factory, and just all the food comes to that. I mean, it's not ideal that.
Sounds gross.
Grow your
I
own food,
agree, but
right?
If they let you.
they're going to do it. I've started thinking a lot about microwaves too, a lot.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
that's
Mm.
you are just like, this can't be good.
I know.
What do you mean?
It's
I love that you're coming into it.
It's heating up this food. Like I'll just sit there. Your head you're staring into it, the glass. Like still, when you go to the dentist to get your teeth X-rayed, they
Mhm.
stand behind multiple walls, and I don't think it's the same. Maybe it's not the same thing, but my head is looking in the glass of something that is heating something from stone cold to within 40 seconds, I can't touch it. It's that hot. And it's not, there's no like warm up, there's no like a stove or an oven you got to preheat an oven and eventually it gets to 400 degrees.
Mhm.
A microwave is like less than a second, I will appear at 500, whatever degree you want it to be. I don't know why. I've just thought of it recently.
Yeah.
That it's just like, man, that's
It's
crazy.
sketchy. It's sketchy.
Yeah. That we just have. And look, I know it's the convenience of, I
Mhm.
use a microwave. I'm not saying I don't, but I just, you start thinking of all this stuff. They say stuff about like having your phone in your pocket and like all this kind of stuff. You're just like, yeah, dude, you got a lot of stuff around you that's just like, what? What is happening? Microwave is insane.
It is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's great. It's
I
It's amazing
expensive.
that you open the door immediately
Mhm.
and that nothing happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I think it's bad. I'm just saying it's amazing that you
Like
go in
I
there.
think if they had microwaves and they still were like you had a room built for the microwave and you shut the door and you left. Like that would make sense to me.
yeah.
I put a hard-boiled egg in a microwave years ago, and it exploded the egg. It just. I was watching the egg heat up, and then it just exploded all over the place. It didn't like blow up and like crack up. I mean, it exploded all over the place.
It gets very hot.
Like, what
very
is that?
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would do that if you heated it up any other way too.
Yeah, but it just
don't
but you
know.
want I think stuff needs to take time and microwaves don't take time, which is the point of them.
hmm
Everything else is like an oven. You're like, all right, yeah, I let it sit there for 30 minutes and now it's 400 degrees. And you're like, okay, I can wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
A microwave you can microwave something for 10 seconds and it can get hot.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get why you love it. And it's it just I'm just saying you don't think about it, like you don't. I just lately I started going, huh?
I put a Chick-fil-A bag in the microwave when. Are you going to say that?
No, but you'll have a million stories about stuff you put in the
Well,
microwave.
Are you gonna? Yeah.
and
I
then-
mean,
and
did
then-
you? Hold on. Did you think he was about to tell his Chick-fil-A? Like you go, oh, sorry, Brian. Were you about to do your Chick-fil-A bag in a microwave story?
Well, the way I said, I put a Chick-fil-A bag. He goes,
Yeah, like it was like, all right, well, that's everybody calm down. One by one, tell your Chick-fil-A bag microwave story. Dusty, we'll go with you first.
Now you talking about that bag that's like 50% tin foil?
Yeah, it's
type?
got like aluminum foil
Yeah.
inside. I had no idea that was in there, and I just put it in the bag, and it caught on fire.
Yeah,
caught on fire.
I've had that happen, and because I'll have to ask Laura. Like I should say it in my joke about I have a microwave joke about not knowing how to use a microwave, and and I used to have it in there. I'm like, does this have metal in it? Like, so if I can microwave, because I didn't know, because I microwaved a plate once that had some kind of metal thing around it, and it caught on fire. And I don't know. I'm like, I don't even, you start thinking, I don't even know if I know what metal is.
Yeah.
And then
Why make a plate that can't be microwaved?
Like, it's rare that
in
they
this-
do these days. I feel like.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Or like a cup that can't go in a dishwasher. It's like, what are we doing here? Anyway.
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can see why it does feel dangerous or looks dangerous, but I mean, microwaves have been pretty regular now for 50 years, and
we're as healthy as ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, are microwaves killing people?
No, I mean,
knows?
I don't. Who knows what's going on? But then now it's all blended together. It's a mishmash.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but
Now, one thing that scientists say it's safe. FDA says it's safe.
All
oh
right.
yeah.
One-
There you go. All right.
That should
well,
suffice.
You should have led with that.
Yeah.
For the record,
Yeah.
Nate said, let's don't talk about anything controversial. And you threw out appliances. 10 seconds in, we're like, I think it's killing us.
Yeah. I just think I think about that
Yeah,
more now.
yeah.
But look, if the FDA said it, obviously these are,
Well,
That's their job.
what does if you superheat your water in a microwave, they've been known to explode, like even after you take it out,
What?
and it'll just burn you.
Super in what?
Like if you put a cup of water in a
Yeah.
microwave and like really got it hot,
Wow.
and then take it out, sometimes it just explodes.
Wow.
if you microwave your cup of water.
For like 10 minutes or something. You mean.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes later,
Like
Oh,
boiling hot.
yeah.
Okay.
Why
Is
would
it-
you do that?
Well, I don't know why you would, but
Just be careful.
Yeah.
Don't-
generally speaking, after you take it out, you think it's probably going to be safe, but
when you want to
Well,
warm glass of water
Yeah.
to drink, just don't heat
Who
it up
told
too-
you? Did the FDA say that?
yeah.
That's the FDA said that?
Well,
the trick is, you ever heard the trick that if you're heating up pizza or something, you put a cup of water in the
Yeah.
microwave with it?
You just heat
Get
up
it
the
crispy?
pizza normal, and I don't think it gets it crispy.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
I don't think
it's
it
not as
does.
soggy. What do you
It's-
think? This is like not based on anything?
I think it's not based on anything.
I've
I think it's
never
based
heard
on
that,
someone
but
saying that on
I'm
the
not-
internet, and I think no one does it.
They,
A Reddit-
I do
Reddit
it all the
thread.
time.
You put a cup of water.
When I'm heating up stuff, yeah, you put a cup of water on the outside, not on the plate that spins, but put it
Okay.
in there.
So you bought a microwave that has extra room. Where does this cup fit? I mean, I don't
No.
know. I mean, you move the couch out
Do
of the
you
microwave
have-
and then set your
Do you have a cylindrical microwave, or is it a rectangular prism?
cylindrical. What do you mean, a circle? Do I have a circle microwave?
You open up the microwave.
Yep.
The interior is a rectangle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect
And
square.
there's a plate that's
That's a
circular.
circular, yeah.
So there's going to be a little room in the corners.
Not for how big? What's your cup? How big's your
a
cup?
little shot glass.
Yeah, I'm not putting a stein in there.
What are you
but I'm
putting in a
putting
shot glass?
No, maybe a little juice glass or something like that.
You can fit a juice glass in your microwave, dude. That's crazy. You can't. There's no way you're gonna fit a juice glass.
I'm thinking like a little maybe like a little plastic cup, like a cup,
like a red Solo cup.
maybe about that size, maybe a little smaller than that. You put it.
I don't even. You're out of your mind.
I
think
think
you'll
so.
have
I don't think
You got to make a
can-
video and send this to us.
Okay.
Yeah. You would have to have it leaning on the circular thing that spins. Unless you bought a
look
smaller
at this.
circular thing.
You can just pop it. I mean, you don't
But
got
the-
room like that in a microwave. That's a big microwave.
I mean, you're buying. I mean, look, maybe you got a real deal. Like
smaller plate, maybe.
like
I buy a regular microwave, and you bought a
Yeah,
like
maybe
one
you just
that
got a
goes
little,
out of
maybe
a
it's just a little
factory.
saucer
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, that you got.
what?
Just a little saucer. Maybe that's what you got. A small plate.
Like I thought maybe you could share. Yeah,
I think my
it
plate
would
might be
sit.
a little smaller than that.
Yeah, it would sit on
Yeah.
the plate, but you act like you got you could decorate the inside of your microwave with like put furniture in there. And
Some
I
plants.
think the circle goes because if you get off the circle, if that gets off a little bit, it's just
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
It
Yeah.
wobbles.
It's chaos.
Tangles
it
in there.
wobbles. A lot of stuff doesn't
Why?
go right.
Why would you not just put the cup on the plate?
I guess you could. I think maybe I have.
But maybe you
It's
don't
a
do
lot
it.
of
I
pizza
guess
in
if you
there.
have the room he has, why would you not?
Right. That's true.
Use the room.
That's true. Multiple plates.
What do you,
maybe.
Mike? Most is it because your meals are mostly bigger than the plate that in the microwave?
They bleed over the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hanging off the
you
side.
go.
Yeah.
Hey, I need a little more room. You're like, what you got? What you microwave there, buddy? All right.
There was a Reddit thread where a woman, I assume it's a woman, would microwave her water and water her plants with it. And one with just normal tap water, one with microwave water. The microwave one started dying in the tap.
I've read that before too.
Now Snopes says it's fake, that it's not real, but
Why would
Well-
this even be a conversation?
I think it was an experiment. I don't know why anyone would have done it first,
Yeah.
but I think it was an experiment, and the microwave was killing any nutrition that the water had.
Oh, so
the
that's what
plants
it's saying.
We're getting nothing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she was trying to prove a point, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I can see Dusty doing that.
Oh, well, she's trying to prove. Yeah, but I mean, by saying like this is how bad
Look-
microwaves are.
Yeah, look at what the
Okay.
water microwave
Well,
does.
that sounds like just the difference between tap water and distilled water. If you're heating up to a point where you pasteurize it, essentially, then yeah, it's going to be different. It's going to be a different
But
type.
water,
And
I would
not
think it's
that-
water.
I know, but there's nutrients.
I
in
don't
water,
think it's
and there's
the
a lot.
microwave. Yeah, the fluoride and stuff like that from tap water.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna.
you need some of that.
If you heat it up, you boil all that
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah,
You know, so it's nothing to do with the microwave.
yeah. I got a thing with.
I can't take away microwaves.
No, I got a
So I'm
thing with
gonna
my
defend
buddy
them for the rest of this podcast.
Rich.
Yeah.
That with this, it's Med Water. It's a water company. It's a water thing. They filter water, but they can filter it so much that it's like it could almost kill you. It's like too clean. You need some stuff in water. There's like minerals and there is stuff that you need in water. You
I
can
like to
filter
put
out too much stuff.
mineral salt in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dasani.
Well, that we've talked about this, I think, but learning this about salt has changed my mind on Dasani a little bit. Not entirely, because I don't think they're putting mineral salt in there, but it's probably ocean water.
Mm-hmm. Little ocean water.
Yeah.
They fill it all up and then they just do one dip in the ocean. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dasani bottles it up and sends it on its way.
Yeah, exactly.
They do.
Yeah,
They
shake
do
it up
Yeah,
just
to get
a
a
bit.
little
little
Yeah.
shake and put it in a
Little
24
kelp
pack.
in there.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear you could charge your phone in a microwave?
No, is
Yeah.
that possible?
No.
That sounds like a practical joke.
No, it was a thing. It was going on the internet that it would work. You could charge your phone. And they said Apple didn't want you to know about it because they want you to buy their batteries. But
You think Apple would just start making microwaves if that were the case?
It
But
didn't work.
It got a lot of people to ruin their.
I mean, a lot of
phones.
people says it's true. I'm not going to try it and see. But
I got an old phone. Maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
You're gonna light your house on fire.
again, Snopes says it's not true.
Okay.
Doesn't work.
Mm,
But
Snopes is.
Well, they're
This-
the best.
uh,
Yeah. It goes, there's someone there and that's what they do. They tell the truth.
Just a guy in his house.
Yeah.
With all the answers.
this woman's my spirit animal. American tourist in New Zealand called the hotel saying that she couldn't get her pizza out of the microwave oven. They went up there to see what was going on, and she put it in the safe and locked the safe.
What?
Wow.
I think yeah. Hold on. I might need it read back. And you also said spiritual animal, and I didn't understand that.
Spirit animal?
Yeah. You said this lady is your spirit animal?
Mhm.
What does that mean?
Somebody I relate to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
She put her pizza in a hotel safe and locked it.
And thought
Thinking
it was a
on my-
microwave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah. Now that makes sense.
Either way, call the front desk. I do want the
Mhm.
pizza.
Yeah. Either way, help.
And she
this way.
locked it? And she couldn't get it unlocked?
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
pushing buttons trying to get it to go, and then
Yeah.
she locked
Didn't
it.
know what the
She
code
thought it was one of those old timey microwaves
Yeah.
where you twist it.
Yeah. That's funny. That all makes sense now.
Now, your refrigerators, there's 3 types basically.
Okay.
The freezer at the top, then the fridge,
Mm-hmm.
side by side, and then freezer at the bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What you got?
Side by side doors, freezer at the bottom. Three different doors.
Very fancy.
Actually,
Oh,
no.
wow.
Hold on. No. Sorry.
4 doors.
Sorry. One door at the top, that's the fridge. And then I have two
Freezer at the bottom.
Two fridges.
There are the fridges with
Yeah.
the double doors on the top and then
Yeah.
the drawer.
Yeah,
at the
I don't
bottom.
have one of those.
You have 2 fridges.
Yeah.
Whereas
When we moved into our house, there was already a fridge downstairs. So we were like, oh, we're going to leave it that.
Yeah.
We're going to use it.
Yeah.
And that one's just freezer on top, fridge on the bottom.
What do you keep in that one?
That's just
your-
drinks and stuff down there.
Mhm.
And overflow.
Over.
You know what I mean?
How much do you go down there and get stuff out?
Well, the TV's down there. So watch TV
Yeah.
down there, and there's a fridge right by the couch, which is
Oh.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Where do you keep your Lazy Susan?
I got 3 Lazy Susans on the upstairs fridge. That's the real fridge.
Okay.
It's the way I think.
Well, you have
Yeah.
a Lazy Susan on the fridge.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that spins around,
Mm-hmm.
and you have that in the fridge.
Oh yeah.
He based his whole life around
Ah.
Think about it.
microwaves.
Think about
And refrigerators.
Yeah.
Well, I never thought about that in the refrigerator,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Because stuff gets lost back in the back.
Of
I'll
course.
find things and I'll go, oh, I forgot about these.
Imagine if you could just.
Forgot about this watermelon, and now it's all moldy and it's been dripping down the
Oh,
back
man,
for a while.
It's tough to lose a watermelon
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
a fridge.
it's a
How
bad-
big is your
It's
fridge?
a bad
man?
example.
Yeah. It's like you lose pickles.
Yeah, it's a bad
Forgot about
example.
this water.
Yeah.
It's a full watermelon in here.
I did lose a
Oh,
watermelon in a
man.
car one time. I bought it roadside, put it in the trunk, forgot all about it. Was in there for weeks. Got busted open. It's like, my car smells so bad. And I open it up. There's a rotted watermelon all over the trunk.
There's a bunch of flies in there.
I don't think so. And I gotten to it, but
He just pulled over and saw a watermelon stand and was like, I'll take a watermelon.
yeah, I've done that
You
many
like
times.
watermelon.
I do love watermelon.
Yeah.
yeah.
You eat it every week.
In the summertime, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I get into it.
You know what I'll stop to eat? Peaches.
Oh, I love
You
a
little
peach.
roadside peach.
Yeah,
It's
road-
tough to
yeah.
find a good peach.
It is. It is.
Watermelon, you got to work for it. You got to load the thing up, take it home, get a Ginzu knife to cut it
It's
up.
heavy.
It is heavy.
But once
It
you get
is
in
heavy.
there,
It takes
though,
up your whole
heavy.
refrigerator. You got seeds you got to work through. There's a lot going on.
I eat the
Yeah.
seeds. They say
Brian's
this-
got to call Buddy over, help him move it in.
Well,
Yeah.
Ruth, yeah.
Yeah. Ruth gets one side, Brian gets the other side.
I call Buddy over to watch the baby while Ruth helps me move the watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watermelon's delicious. A good seeded watermelon.
I'm not a big watermelon
Are
fan.
you not?
No.
I love it.
Put salt on it. Don't you do
That's
that?
good.
Yeah, it's good. too.
I would do that. But
Yeah.
I'm not a big watermelon fan.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. You ever do a watermelon eating contest?
No, I mean, I'm not a fan. You've done one? Have you done one?
I think I did one
You don't know if
when
you're in
I
it?
think when I was a kid when we played baseball. It was like just a fun thing after
Yeah.
practice one day
Mhm.
where they gave you just a bunch of they are pre-cut into like the slices that you could just get into.
Like a typewriter. Just
Yeah,
back and forth.
exactly.
Kind
I
of
did
an
that once.
offensive line kind of competition.
Yeah, actually, that kind of.
how hot is your urine?
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing.
Did you
Yeah.
win?
No, I think it was just about like the
Bonding experience.
yeah.
It's like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You all win for
You all win.
participating.
Yeah.
I did a Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit eating competition in high school. Did not do well.
Just in front of the school, or
It was a
Yeah.
fun.
Just Aaron.
Yeah.
just,
That was his talent.
just me.
Yeah. Every morning,
They lower the drape.
trying to beat your record from yesterday.
Go.
We did one as a
You
fundraiser.
slowly went from walking inside to now just going through the drive-thru because you've done this every day for 4 years. It's like, what's harder for him to get inside? But back in the days, freshman year, he came inside. So y'all did it.
It was a fundraiser in front of the whole school where each class had somebody to represent them. And I think
Yeah.
I was a freshman at the time, and I was the guy
Yeah.
representing the freshmen. And
This
I
goes
didn't do
along
well.
with the getting branded. Something that probably you look back on, you're like, probably not the best idea to go up there and do that.
But that didn't scar me for life.
Huh?
I don't still.
Think about it.
I think about it,
Yeah.
but I'm not living with.
Well, who did you
Yeah,
compete
that's true.
against?
I mean, we did do a
If there
Krispy
was
Kreme
someone
challenge
representing you
3
from
years
your
ago.
class.
Yeah, your first thing in this
I remember
podcast
who
was
won.
to go, I want to eat the most, see who can eat the most.
Well, you know how it is in a new environment. You got to
Yeah.
show up. You got to throw
Yeah,
down a little
yeah.
bit. You
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
establish yourself.
That's how branding happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember who won. He was the sophomore class president, Roscoe Anderson.
Wow.
Sounds like a guy.
Yeah, thin guy, athlete, but thin. And he was the thinnest guy in the competition, and he won. And it, just like in these real eating competitions, it was the Joey Chestnut looking guy
Yeah.
that took the win. I think about him all the
How
time.
many do you eat?
A lot. I think we did like 10 minutes, and he ate over 10.
Oh, a competition 10
A
minutes.
full
long.
size or a mini one?
The full size Chick-fil-A
yeah.
chicken biscuits.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, it's an impressive number that he put up.
Yeah.
I think I only got through 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And what's he doing now?
I think he's a teacher.
Oh.
Hmm.
Pretty fancy school for y'all to be able to afford all that Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
You know,
It was a fundraiser.
I mean, I don't think we could afford a fundraiser. We just stayed poor.
Yeah, we couldn't afford the trip across town to get Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
we didn't
I
have
mean-
a Chick-fil-A right there in town.
Yeah.
Not at the time.
we did-
Public school in the 80s. I mean, they weren't.
We did cakewalks.
Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
might not have, I don't think was invented, was
No.
it?
I mean, it probably was. I didn't know of it.
I had one
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A at the mall back then, growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the 90s.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not when you were growing up. I'm not trying to make that joke, but
Yeah.
What'd you tell us about Indeed?
Mhm.
Bad segue?
That's pretty weak.
Well, your buddy Roscoe
Yeah.
probably needs Indeed.
Oh, no, he's doing great.
Yeah, what? That's even now you've been mean to Roscoe.
Well, I don't know.
Shout out Roscoe. His younger brother, offensive line for North Carolina. A very talented family.
wow.
What's up?
Yeah, I say his family's unbelievable,
Yeah.
and you're making.
Well, I don't care for him. That's what
He's
I'm
a
saying.
teacher, serving the community.
Finding great talent doesn't have to be a second job. You can hire faster and better with Indeed. You just need to breathe, take it easy, keep it simple. If you're hiring, you need Indeed. Here's why. I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Rattle them off fast.
All right.
Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Find top talent with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews.
2.
Hate waiting? Indeed's U.S. data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates the moment they sponsor a job.
3.
Those are 3
Boom.
great reasons right
Rattle
there.
them off.
And I've said one of the main things I love about Indeed is everything happens in one place. Dusty was making fun of the amount of tabs I had open on my computer earlier. With Indeed, you can manage everything all through one platform. You can get the interviews done through there. You can collect the resumes. You can hire people, communicate with them.
That's what we
All
need.
through Indeed. Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/Nate. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/Nate. Indeed.com/Nate. Terms and conditions apply, of course. Need to hire?
Indeed.
You need Indeed.
I still can't believe you've hired someone.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just seems crazy. I
I
just.
used to work in an office, man.
Uh, uh, yeah, but I mean, how would you even get to a level where they would let you hire
I was a
someone?
manager.
Like that
I got
quick?
promoted, dude. I worked
I
hard.
feel like I just think everybody's so young, maybe.
Mhm.
You know? Is
Mhm.
that when you get older?
I
you
was
just-
young when it happened.
You're like, how are you already in a position to hire someone?
Now, there are 5 people
Because
at
you
the
went to
company.
Notre Dame.
There are 5 people at the company.
Oh,
So-
and is it because? But you didn't hire a Notre Dame person.
No, I didn't.
You were
She
hiring
went to
like
Old Miss.
you were hired.
I
Oh,
only
you hired
Uh-huh.
someone that smart that went to college.
Oh, yeah. She had a
It wasn't
master's
like-
degree, actually. is
You
who I
weren't
hired.
hiring a me or Dusty that
Yeah.
were like you're like. "Ugh."
I was hiring a digital media strategist, dude.
Oh,
How did she do?
She did great.
how old
She's
were
doing
you?
better than I am now. I was 25, 26.
Are you not doing well?
How old was she?
No, I'm not in the industry anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was, I think, the same age as me.
Wow.
Hmm,
Yeah.
Wow.
Jenny Hand was her name. She's doing great.
yeah. Uh-huh. Her and Roscoe got together.
Yeah.
yeah. Eating
She's
a
a teacher.
lot of chicken
Yeah,
biscuits.
she's a teacher.
Now, do you know what temp you put your refrigerator and freezer on? I just keep looking at you because I feel like you're an expert on this. I mean, anybody can chime in.
I
But
know. I think, well, the fridge obviously has to be above 32 degrees.
Yep.
I'm guessing around 40 degrees is probably standard.
Maybe I'm doing old
a little
school. I like
colder
to
than
put
that?
it on a 6 or something. I feel like there's a dial in there.
Yeah. But
But
what
there's a recommended amount. I like to go one notch colder than the recommended
but
amount.
what actual temperature does that correspond to?
Oh, I don't. It doesn't give me that kind of information.
Yeah. You don't need it in there. It's
Yeah.
just saying like
I'd like it
Yeah.
at 33. That's what I'd like it to be.
Almost freezing.
Oh, as close as you can get.
it's close. If you can get your sodas to have a little ice in them, but not
Uh-huh.
be froze, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, just a little bit. It's like
Yeah.
borderline slushy type.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Oh,
Sometimes
out
I
of a
buy-
I mean, come on.
I buy groceries on the road and I don't check the hotel fridge and it's turned to like max and
Yeah.
all my fruits and veggies freeze up and all my
Yeah.
lettuce is all hard.
Yeah. I don't expect the hotels you're at. They're expecting a lot of people to bring lettuce and stuff.
I get a lot of looks
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I come in with all my grocery
It's
bags.
the first vegetable in
Your
the
cart.
hotel room.
You
ever,
think
yeah.
when you check in a lot of hotels, they go, "You gonna be here for a while"?
Yeah,
You got a look of just like,
there's some questions.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like, you got a check-in date, but they don't expect to hear a check-out date.
yeah, they call the mission. Say, who's paying for this over there?
Yeah.
They want a card. They always want a card.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need
What's-
some collateral, buddy.
Yeah.
They go, imagine your checkout is just you're gonna see how things are going.
They go, is it under your name?
Yeah. Is it? Are you storm?
What church did this?
Yeah. Are you a storm chaser?
Yeah. I was like, hey, I don't know how long I'll be here. you
Yeah.
know, till the tornado passes.
Yeah.
Well, mid-30s is the recommended.
Okay.
You know, it's
Yeah,
got to be
very
above freezing, but
nice.
by the time it gets to 40, some contamination can start happening.
Now,
So-
freezer, theoretically, you could keep going all
You
the way.
could. They
Go
recommend
down to absolute zero.
Well, they recommend just 0.
Zero.
Yeah,
And then they say mid-30s.
For the
That's what
fridge.
they
The
say.
fridge.
33 to 37 is
Yeah.
anywhere in there.
So they don't say mid. They give those 33 to 37.
Yeah, I guess I threw
Yeah.
in the mid-30s,
Okay.
but I was
Just
trying
making
to
sure.
concise it because I got so much information
Right.
Well, yeah. I'm
hot
not
off the presses.
Don't want to give people the. Just fill it out somewhere in the mid-30s.
Well,
I don't know
hope
if you're going to
someone-
think 33 is a mid-30.
It seems low 30 to me.
That seems low 30s.
I hope
Early
someone's
30s.
listening for their refrigerator temperature advice.
Hmm.
That's what I hope.
I think they are.
I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to go check.
I think there's a lot of young people that, you're going to get a refrigerator soon. You're going to be going to college. You're going to, they're not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
Your
Check those
you've lived at
hotel
home.
refrigerators.
Yeah.
Don't ruin your veggies.
Yeah.
In fact, they say don't put hot food in your refrigerator because it could warm up the inside and cause some contamination.
Whoa.
Wow. That's good to know.
What do you got to do? Wait till it cools down to room temp and then put it in the fridge? What, I got to be in the kitchen all day?
Here's what I would tell you: just put it in and don't even worry about it, because there's never going to be a situation where you have something so hot that you then go immediately put it in the
It
refrigerator.
ruins all the food in
And
the fridge.
it's just,
Yeah, that's hot.
I can
That's
tell
a hot
you-
dish.
yeah, I can tell you from full just life experience that you're just not going to run into that situation.
This is
Now,
not going to be a problem.
maybe if someone's a big chef or there's something, there could be. But if you're a normal person,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Maybe don't
I
put
agree.
the hot pot next to your eggs or something. You know what I mean? Don't
Sure.
don't butt them up.
The hot pot.
You know, if you put a hot pot, if you cook
A
Yeah.
pot. That's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot pot did sound like it was. You meant like a crock pot.
Yeah, like it's a specific thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a hot dish.
A warm pot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But a hot is
Would you cook something that you would have it be hot and then you want it to cool off and you put it in the refrigerator?
Maybe your plans change and you go, I can't eat this right away.
Yeah. Yeah, but your life doesn't work like that. So it's just you got to really think if your plans change to where you go, I had this big dinner, but I'll just put it and it's piping hot. It's an emergency.
It
So
must
you're
be,
not
yeah.
going to
Yeah.
then you're not really worried about your meatloaf
For
and
sure.
being at the,
For sure.
Otherwise, I think it's either emergency that your meatloaf is you just come home and it's still sitting out. The dog probably ate it,
Yeah.
but it was emergency. Or if it's like right outside the emergency, it's like maybe it's not like immediate family. But it's like we need to go to the hospital. We got to be there in
Or
a couple
your
hours.
buddy needs a jump or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna eat some meatloaf. Then you're just gonna have a couple bites of meatloaf probably, and just go like, I'll be there, and
I'll get there when I get
I'll
there.
get there when I get there.
Or let the meatloaf just cool down on the stove.
Yeah, we do. Laura says
Yeah.
a lot. Just put the light on in the oven, and you
Oh,
put a
yeah.
lot of stuff in there. And that light in there is enough to keep pizza like just.
Now,
warm
is
enough.
it true that the tray, I saw this, the tray at the bottom of the oven, that's not for storage, even though everyone uses that for storage. That's where
What's it?
everybody puts their lids and things
Yeah.
like that. That's actually meant to put something down there to just keep it warm. It's a little like just a little compartment.
I
to
saw
keep
that on
things warm.
TikTok. I
Have you
saw
seen
it on
that?
TikTok,
Have you
yeah.
tried it?
I haven't tried it. I got too much stuff.
I've never-
Down there.
I got it. I'm storing so much down there.
Yeah.
What you got down there,
I got-
Dusty?
Well, I just got pots and pans
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nothing sketchy.
Books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but is it like a little? It's the thin door, right?
It's not too thin. I mean, it's thick
Yeah.
enough to where you can take a tray out and place it down there
Eh,
and let it cool for.
I just think I don't know if I believe it. Like it's wood around it. You then what if wood falls in your food and what do you? Yeah.
Wood.
I'm talking about
Oh, that
this
thing.
door that pulls out right there.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't have wood in mine. I'm talking about See, here's somebody
My
using
oven is
Oh,
wood.
yeah.
Yeah.
using it for that reason. They got some corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Just put it down
Yeah,
there.
you got to keep that corn cobs warm.
Yeah. And like most people don't do it. That's all life is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a video every day of going, you're not doing this right.
Well, we don't know the purpose of anything, and why are they not telling us these things?
Yeah. And then I mean, I look at them too, and you're like, I didn't know that. And everybody's like, I never heard. I didn't know you with a ketchup packet like that.
They're loving
Do you know a ketchup packet is a bottle of water? That's what I think of every video.
I was 2 years
Yeah.
old when I found
I
this
was-
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was 8 years old, and you unfold.
You
You
tell
know,
me every now and then one of those doesn't blow your mind.
no, they do. I'm
I
just
just
saying.
had
I'm
one
looking,
happen.
but it's just I'm annoyed knowing I don't want to know everything. I think you're just
you're
like
doing all right.
but it's like every it's it is like you just go through social media and you're just like, what am I doing,
Uh-huh.
dude? Like, and I look, I have a problem. What on earth is everybody talking about?
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Well, everybody's got to
nothing.
make a video. They're like, I got to do content. I
Yeah.
got to keep it going.
And the little things go, oh, I never knew that. And it does. I tie my shoe. I'm not saying I'm better than it.
Yeah.
I do it. I tie my shoes away because I saw a way to tie your shoes. It goes, it ties them straight instead of like crooked.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, and it saw it on a video. And it's, yeah. And then, but it, it's like that kind of stuff. You're like, what are we doing?
Ruth was, I hope I can explain this correctly. She was putting some type of, I don't know, ointment on our baby. It was a new tube with the seal still on it. She
Mhm.
took the top off. The little thing at the top,
The little piece of tinfoil thing at
Yeah.
the top. Yeah.
but the cap itself has a little
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
A little
Toothpaste
thing
does that
to
a lot.
puncture it.
Yeah.
Puncture it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know that's what that was for.
Yeah.
No.
I did. I knew that
Yeah, I
one.
knew
That
that
one I
too.
figured out on
Yeah.
my own. A lot of toothpaste.
First
Like a
time I
mini
bought a
toothpaste
tube.
has it. Yeah, they have that.
I was today years old when I,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'll try it.
Ruth
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
Well, you were
"Jeez,
kinda-
you didn't know that?"
Yeah. You were born pre-tube.
Mhm,
The stuff is a
Still
little
bought
more laid
ointment in
out.
jars.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Toothpaste in a jar is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what he did. They made it themselves.
Did you ever think about why it's called a refrigerator, but then when you shorten it, it's fridge with a D?
Uh,
I didn't know
Did I
refrigerator
ever-
didn't have a D in it.
yeah. I might have too. I don't know if I really.
Is there a reason why that happened?
They don't know for sure.
It's
They
just-
think it just rhymes with words like bridge.
Yeah.
I
stuff
was thinking it was
Smidge.
because it's like cold, like fridge.
Fridge.
like
Like frigid.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
a frigid.
yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting. I never thought that.
Yeah.
All right. Nate, you want to tell us about electric e-bikes?
Electric e-bikes.
Eclectic e-bikes.
Eclectic e-bike summer is in full swing, which means there's no better time to get out and explore. We have electric e-bike. They're awesome. They're so fun to ride. Me and Harper we're riding the other day, and we rode around. And I like it because you can go be nice and lazy and just press the little thing on it.
Oh yeah.
It's like riding a little motorcycle. It's fun to go do, and I mean, I really am a big fan of them. You plug it in, it's super easy to go ride around. I mean, get around the neighborhood. Like you pop around the neighborhood pretty easily. They have quality feature-filled models and finance as low as $73 per month. They have a powerful removable battery, a bright LCD display, and they have like stuff on the little thing on the back. You could like tie stuff down to the
Mhm.
back. And if you live in a city like New York, this is like how you're going to get
Oh,
around.
dude,
I
for
think
sure.
like it's going to be the way to go. And so for us to live in neighborhoods and you still have a lot of cars, it's very fun to go ride around it. There's over 250,000 riders on the road so far. Roam freely and reach up to 28 miles per hour with the twist of a throttle. Our next level pedal assist, which I started doing that. So you pedal
That's the way to do
and
it.
it kind of
man.
just shoots you off. But there you're getting
Yeah.
you're getting a little movement.
Still working.
Still working,
But
but
it's really
you're
pushing
going.
you,
You're
yeah.
pushing. You could get pretty far, pretty quick, which
Mm-hmm.
is awesome. Rediscover your independence this summer with the XP 3.0 from Electric. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more and explore the epic models Electric has to offer. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com.
No, Aaron, I'm directing all these at you.
No, I don't
Either
mind.
one of-
I don't mind.
Do you have a game plan for loading the dishwasher? Do you have a style, a plan?
My wife
Yeah.
starts it.
I have just a to me it's just about what's on the bottom level, what's on the top level.
Mhm.
And then it's just a free for all. It's a game of Tetris
Mhm.
on each. Plates and bowls I put on the bottom. The
Mhm.
top is for
Mhm.
cups.
Yeah.
And also put like big spoons or ladles or stuff like that. I kind of tuck them in there on
I
the
put
top.
bowls on the top too.
Bowls on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Just a function of what you got room for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need as much room on the top level as I can get. A lot of coffee cups in my house. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of cups.
Yeah, I like cups on the top, but if I got some small bowls, I like to put them up there too. But sometimes my wife always does it, right? My wife does the dishwasher thing, but sometimes I'll get in there and I'll go, "What's going on in here?" And then I gotta organize it and I straighten it all up. And
I'm sure she appreciates that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she has a real technique with it. I mean,
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah,
I'm doing it, so don't complain about it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't. But if I'm messing around with it, I'm like, I got to get some organization here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still make them this way, but my dishwasher growing up at the family house, I remember if you put plastic on the bottom, it was not good.
Right.
And either my dad or my brother did that by mistake, and we had to evacuate the house for a while because there's some real toxic
wow.
fumes going on. In the
Wow.
house.
Did you ever have a house that didn't have a dishwasher?
No.
Like you would never remember that. I
Mm.
remember not having a dishwasher.
We didn't have a dryer growing up. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember when we got a dryer, that was a big deal. But we always had a dishwasher.
We never had one.
Really?
Never did.
No. Yeah, it's like wood bowls.
We had real bowls, but yeah, we always hand wash until.
But let me ask you this. Do you have a lot of great family memories doing the dishes together?
Not
A
really.
lot of good conversations happen over the sink?
Hey, Ma,
Yeah.
get in here.
You're in there alone, dude?
Yeah.
No, she was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember I think when we moved to Chicago, I want to say we might have even had an apartment that didn't have a dishwasher. Like I mean dishwashers weren't, it was like kind of advertised like this place has a dishwasher.
Yeah.
We did not have a dishwasher growing up. It was a big deal, I think, when we got our dishwasher. I forget when we got it, but it was a really big deal to get a dishwasher. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like
It's like borderline deal breaker.
well,
for
you
me
would
now.
almost. Well, now I don't
Yeah,
know if they.
yeah.
Yeah, most houses they're gonna just come in houses, but you could buy like separate ones. You'd have to plug off on the side or something, or you could. But I mean, yeah, I remember.
When we bought our house, the dishwasher was broke, and we were like, it's just the two of us. We're fine. We don't need a dishwasher. And we like hand washed for like a year.
Wow.
And we were like into it. We didn't even really worry about it. And then we decided to get a dishwasher, and we was like, what have we been doing?
Oh, yeah. It's so great.
Why
right?
have we been doing this to ourselves?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
We acted like we were all high and mighty, like, oh, everybody uses a dishwasher. We act like everybody's lazy. And we're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the dumbest thing we ever did was
Yeah.
wash dishes for a year.
Yeah.
hand washing.
Yeah, we
Really?
would. I would have to. God, I think we had a dishwasher in the apartment we moved into New York when it was broke for,
Mhm.
I mean, the whole time almost. And then finally, it's like they went and came and fixed it. But we didn't have dishwasher in New York for a lot of the years.
This says
You
leave.
know, when I'm single, I was using a cup and a bowl. I mean, that's all, and I would just rinse it out and dry it off every time. I just had my little cup and my little bowl, my little plate. It was no problem.
Paper bowls. You use paper bowls.
I
and
never
plates?
really did that.
I do. I would.
I
That's
did
what
all
I would
paper.
do.
I use
Yeah.
it at home still.
I do too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
That'd be the problem with. Yeah, we're not the most environmental. Like you're
Okay.
just trying to.
I
You're
mean-
just trying to solve the problem of going like I'll just
Yeah.
do all paper and plastic, and then you just throw. I mean, we don't do that, but if I go get something alone and Laura's not in charge,
Uh-huh.
I will use a paper plate.
Oh, and it's
I will
great.
too.
Like if
isn't
she's out of town,
it? Yeah.
I'm gonna use stuff that I'm just throwing away.
Well, what's worse for the environment, the single plate you're using, or all the water that it would take to wash it?
probably the plate. I'd
Okay.
imagine. I mean, look, I don't even understand how it affects the environment. I don't even know any of this stuff.
Yeah,
But I mean, I just can't imagine the water you're using to clean it.
it's a lot of water.
It is a lot of water.
Mhm.
I think water's unlimited though.
Yeah, there's ocean
Tell
water.
that to people that don't have it.
You can filter it though.
The average
Well, maybe it's kept from them, probably. Control.
the average dishwasher uses 10 gallons. The average hand washing session uses about 20 gallons,
Yeah.
Oh, so you save a lot of water using the dishwasher.
according to this.
Interesting. According to that.
But if you let it get full, if you just
Yeah, you
throw-
got to let it fill up.
that's why I would just use a little cup, just rinse it out, put it back. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was
The
single,
best way is just
yeah.
to be single, don't have a family, and
Yeah,
really
right.
any purpose. And that's
that's how you save the
That's
environment.
how you save the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen,
live for
brother.
yourself and nobody else.
Yes.
And this says leave the door of the dishwasher open when you're not using it to air it out.
I think
That's convenient.
Laura does that, and I always shut it.
Washing machine too. You should do that. You to leave it.
I've never done that, or maybe Laura does that.
Leave that door open.
Yeah, the door
Let
is
it
open
breathe.
a lot.
Let it
I
But
don't
breathe.
that's
know why.
usually the top, right?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
Mine
that's a
opens
good
on the
idea.
side.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm into
mine's on the
that. Just
top.
crack it a little bit. Don't leave the dishwasher like all the way down where you can trip over.
Why not?
no, you just you just crack it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never thought of that. I like this.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
today years old when I learned
Today's
that.
machine.
Yeah.
Let it breathe.
Yeah.
You ever heard the term nuking the fridge?
Yeah,
No.
You know what that means?
nuking the fridge.
Yeah.
Nuke in the fridge or nuking the fridge?
Nuking. Nuking.
Like
Is that when you
heating it.
put baking powder or baking soda in there?
No, I thought it was like just heating, like you're heating something
That's
up.
like
Go-
nuking a
nuke it.
dish,
I'm
yeah.
gonna nuke it.
Maybe in the microwave. This is it's the movie version of Jumping the Shark.
Nuking the fridge.
Yeah.
I'm thinking microwave. So I was thinking microwave the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. In the Indiana Jones movie about the crystal skull or
Crystal
whatever,
skull. Yeah.
he survives a nuclear blast by climbing the refrigerator. Do you remember this?
A
No.
lot of criticism for that scene. out there in
And
movie
it was
world.
so dumb that a term came up, nuking the fridge, that it's kind of like jumping the shark. It's ridiculous. You're out of
Whoa.
ideas. And that just means a movie's out of ideas.
Wow.
I didn't know
Well,
what jumping the shark.
Like, but
meant.
saying like if you got in a fridge, you could survive a nuclear.
Yeah, and I read that
Blast.
George Lucas doubled down on it and said, no. He tried to post proof that you have a 50-50 chance of surviving a nuclear blast from climbing a refrigerator because the lead levels or something.
Yeah, it's tough to prove that.
But scientists said, no, you'd die instantly. And in the movie, Indiana Jones just doesn't survive. He flies through the air like
Yeah.
really, really far and, like,
inside the fridge.
and lands in the desert and just gets out and dusts himself off.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's worse than jumping a shark.
I think I was fine with it.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
hmm
All
Did
right.
you say you never heard of Jumping the Shark?
I never knew what it meant. I'd heard that.
I mean,
term,
isn't
but
he? They just made another one, and he's 80 years. Isn't he 80?
I heard it even got
So, like-
worse criticism. I heard it was a huge bomb.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like when they do that stuff. When was this one? How old was he then? Probably 65.
Yeah, this was, yes.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's just if you go
Probably
like
close to 70, yeah.
yeah. So if it's like, well, I don't know if the fridge is going to do it. You go, hey, I don't know if a 70-year-old man can do any of this.
Yeah.
Like he can't
Yeah.
survive fall
Yeah.
in
his bathtub.
In his bathtub. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So you're like, the fridge thing, you're like, man, all right, I
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
If I'm believing this 70
This is already crazy.
yeah,
You might as well.
I'm believing a 70-year-old
Let's go ahead
is
and
going to grind it out
Let's nuke the fridge.
in the hot
Yes.
deserts of whatever to look for something.
yeah. Crystal skull.
Then I would think a fridge would stop a nuclear thing too.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is that it?
That's that.
Well, we keep going. It seemed like a good place to stop. Everybody was really into it.
Was there a lot of appliance? Was there a lot more appliance?
We hadn't even made it through
Yeah.
my kitchen yet.
Yeah.
All right, well, go
Yeah.
Yeah,
ahead.
we no. I'm talking about we got an appliance part.
Yeah.
We have
It's part
appliances part two.
Multi-part, honestly.
Yeah, let's
4 or 5
save
episodes, I think.
The rest of them. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll talk for 30 minutes about a magic bullet, but we don't have time to get into it right now.
I do like a blender conversation.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
love it. I mean, don't even start on air fryers.
Well, we'll save that for another time. Then.
Okay,
Oh yeah, this is a lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff. We only basically talked about microwaves and fridges today.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. All right. Yeah. You don't say where you're gonna be?
This weekend I'll be at Zany's Comedy Club with Dustin Nickerson and I forgot who else. Oh,
Mhm.
Aaron.
Yeah,
That's cool, Aaron.
yeah, yeah. You have fun introing me to the stage.
That was
Bringing the heat here.
a
Middling.
little baseball,
Inside.
inside baseball talk.
Yes.
Inside. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm looking forward to working with you. I got a tour, I guess a tour coming up. I got a bunch of dates. If you can come to Denver or Louisville or Cleveland or Boston or Pittsburgh or Des Moines, I'm all over. So come
All
hang
right.
out.
I'm going to be at the Orlando Improv in Orlando, Florida. I've not been there in a long time, so it's going to be very exciting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's going
good.
to be hot.
All right. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna go down to Justin Smith's show this weekend. Or Thursday at Zany's in Nashville. If you're, and then Australia.
Wow.
Be at all these places. I had it earlier. 2930 Sydney at Enmore Theater, August 1st and 2nd. Melbourne, right?
Mhm.
Ben or Ben? Melbourne, Victoria at Athenaeum Theater. I mean, this is like they use like our American language. August 4th, Perth, Western Australia, Astor Theater. August 6th, Brisbane, Queensland at the Fortitude Music Hall. And August 9th, Auckland, New Zealand at Bruce Mason Theater. And then the middle of August, I'll be at Alaska State Fair. So pumped about that. So yeah, let's go check everybody out. Hope everybody has a wonderful week, rest of the week. And yeah, we love you. Talk to you next time. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.